Hi, everyone, and welcome back to episode number 78 of the Couch on Ice podcast. I'm your host, Rhylan, in the bottom square, Jordan, left square if you're watching, Chase, right square. How's it going today, boys?
Oh, just fantastic.
Just fantastic. How was your guys' weekend of hockey and fun? What did you get up to? I'll start with you, Jordan.
Not too much. I haven't been feeling too great, so just been
rough.
trying to get over the cold and kind of seeming flu.
Feel that. Chase, what about you? Did you have a sickly weekend as well, or did you have or just during that Wings Leafs game?
healthiest man on earth. You know, living free, going wild. Just like that Leafs game you said.
Yeah, no kidding. Hey, we will get into that. That is the most insane game I've ever seen. That game had more points than, I don't know what year the Super Bowl, but Super Bowl Patriots versus I'm blanking on who they beat. 13 to 3. They beat them. There's more goals in a hockey game than a football Super Bowl game, which was hilarious.
Yeah. The last time we had an exact score like that, it was 10-7 against Buffalo, and it was before I was born.
Wow.
So that was before 93. I can't remember what it was. I wrote it down on my phone, forgot to transfer it over my shit. But yeah, no, it was literally, it's been like almost 30 years since we had a loss that was 10-7, which I can understand.
That was insane. But yeah, like I said, we will dive into that deeper. I wanted to start off the podcast talking a little less about hockey and more about the real world for a second. And I don't want to go too deep in this, but it just kind of brings up a little bit of hockey. So obviously, everyone should know about what's going on in Ukraine and Russia implementing war on them and everything and try and take back the USSR. The reason I want to bring this up is because this is affecting everyone. I have not seen a single person that's not named Vladimir Putin be pro for this. Understandably, as who wants war. But the main storyline I've been seeing is all of the athletes from Russia or citizens from Russia coming out and vocally saying stuff on their own, whether it's that tennis player who wrote on the camera, "No more war, please," whether it's the countless number of sports, different sports, whether it's soccer, whether it's the HOF or IIHF as well, talking about not having games that are set to be in Russia this year, or even talking whether they should be involved in it all. And I understand that this is not their fault. They're Russian citizens themselves, and the players and the kids going to World Juniors potentially. But this is serious. For all the people saying it's not fair to them, absolutely. Like, they grew up in Russia. It's not their fault that they were born in Russia and grew up with a dictator. But you can't show pride to a country when their leader is being so willful. And the reason I'm bringing this up also, Gretzky said on TNT, saying that the Russian players should not go. At first, I was like, that's a little harsh. But the more and more I think about it, and with how severe this situation is, I know exactly where he's coming from.
Yeah. No, and I do too, but I would much rather see them go under a different branding.
I would like this.
I would not see them at all.
I would just like this to end soon so we can pretend not even finish the conversation of are they allowed. Let's just end this whole thing so it's behind us. But yeah, no, it's just so incredibly sad to see this, and there's lots and lots of Ukrainian sports players too who are been so emotional this week. I have one of my favorite soccer team. We have a Ukrainian defender who is in tears through just anthem, and it's just ridiculous. I wanted to start off the podcast to say how obviously support Ukraine. Hopefully, if you can do anything for that, whatever, whether it's, I don't know, literally anything, it's just awful. I wanted to bring it up because we had not yet talked about it, and it's got some hockey relevance in it, so worth bringing up. But I know it's very hard to take a right turn off of an aggressive topic, but we're going to do that. Let's get into our quick rips, boys. I'm going to kick it off with some of my favorite games this week. So let's kick it off as soon as I pull up the games in front of me here. Let's start off with the doom and gloom with the Pens and Devils game. Oh boy, was this a rough game, boys. You have those once in a while. I wasn't too fussed, honestly. They were just faster, better. We started to come back in the second, but just Nico Dawes shutting the door. Rookie goaltender. He's fantastic. Jesper Bratt getting, what was it, two goals? Yeah, 2 goals and like an assist. What a game.
The story for the Devils.
Yeah,
right?
he's
it's not Jack Hughes, it's definitely Bratt.
Yeah, Bratt's been so outstanding. So good. Just a bad game. And the first bad game for Jari, probably of the season. I'm not really, like I said, I'm not too fussed. It's one game. Yeah. You have a bad game here and there. They happen. Not too worried. Let's move on to my most surprising game. Second most surprising game, because the Leafs game did happen. Columbus, Florida. Now, this is one of my favorite games, if not my favorite. Just back and forth. Columbus on fire, beating the best team in the NHL right now. I don't care what you say. Florida's the best team in the NHL at the minute. Line A scoring. I think this is 11th straight game was this one. Boone Jenner getting a goal too. That top line is just something. I love it. Voracek, Line A, Boone. Absolutely love it. I think it's so good. Cole Sillinger getting on the scoreboard too. You love to see it. But the thing I remember most about this was Sam Bennett as he scores a goal with 6.5 minutes left, and then to get an empty net. So I think it was Cole Sillinger skating to the net, and boom! Oh,
absolutely gave
that
Cole
was
Sillinger a welcome to the.
That was
like why though?
That was Scheifele's hit. That was Scheifele's hit. Just it wasn't right behind the net. It was at the face-off dot.
Yeah. He didn't see him and look as bad, but exactly. Like
his head wasn't. Cole Sillinger's head wasn't like this.
Yeah, no, that was like ridiculous.
It was insane.
Guy.
I know, but
I
like,
don't want to say it's Sillinger's fault, but he did show up to the game in a like wine red silk-looking Burberry suit. So maybe it's
sounds dope.
Dope. Yeah, no, I think that's. I mean, like he wasn't hurt, so you can laugh about it. That's the best part about this play is
it's just a good hockey hit. He got fucking rocked.
He got rocked. Yeah. This is what we love to see. As long as he's not hurt long term, I'm so happy about this hit. Now,
like I said, I think it's like a welcome to the league kind of hit.
Yeah, definitely. It's dumb. Oh, it's dumb.
Like, there was no reason.
This is
whatsoever.
This is the new age Raffi Torres hits. Like there isn't those dirty plays anymore that they used to be, but there's still those.
Slew man.
Yes, lots of slews this year. I saw one again last night, by the way. But sorry, back to this Florida game for a second there. Just a great game, back and forth. Berube getting his 3rd straight win in net. This guy's been so good coming back to the NHL.
Fantastic.
Super good. And then I noticed Florida's backup goalie is Jonas Johansson. I have not noticed this pretty much all year because Spencer Knight's been like up and down constantly.
Well, he's been on 2. He started on Buffalo and then he was on Colorado.
Oh yeah, like he's been everywhere. This Johansson guy. It's just
now he's with Florida.
I wonder if Florida should maybe add a backup. Like not something crazy. I'm not saying go out and like Martin Jones for a 6th. If you can get him on 1 mil or something. Just I don't know, something stable.
Instead of forcing
this year.
Instead of forcing Knight, in reality he's got a 2-way contract, so you can just throw him down.
Right.
And then when it's playout, like if Bob gets hurt, he's there, then you
got 2 guys still. And that's why, like, I'm not saying to break the bank. Spend a 6th round pick on a backup or something. Like, I think it's worth it for Florida.
No doubt.
Just in worst case scenario, like look at Colorado playoffs 2 years ago. They lost their starting goalie and they lost the 2nd round to Dallas. Moving on to, I guess, might as well bring up that Nashville-Dallas game while I brought up Dallas. As the note I have on this is Pekka's Rinne jersey being Pekka Rinne's jersey number. Holy. Being retired by the Predators, and he's the first Nashville Predator to be retired. His jersey retired.
Yeah.
Just
you want to know what's interesting that I heard?
What's that?
They're planning on building a Pekka Rinne bronze statue outside of the stadium.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I mean, like,
great.
who else are you going to build it around? David Legwand here?
That's my mind. I don't think Rinne necessarily deserves it, but in Nashville...
Like, unless you're going to wait, like, 5 years and do one of Yossi or something, I think he's as good as any. For sure. But, no, I'm all right with that. I mean, as long as it doesn't look like Cristiano Ronaldo's bronze statue, then I'm fine with it. If you guys don't know what that is, go Google what Cristiano Ronaldo's bronze statue. He looks nothing.
Oh yeah, really?
He looks. He looks like his face is melting.
Shows, I can't remember. Late show with James Corden, I think maybe they did did one with David Beckham. They're like, yeah, here, check it out. They like revealed it, just the ugliest thing in the world.
They're always so ugly.
Joke, but like it was just a joke. Like
it was Gareth Bale. Actually decent, if I remember, and that's the only one I've seen.
I don't think it was great. I think his nose was like. Oh,
fail.
Yeah. But anyways, back to hockey. Hey, I just got a few more games to bring up. Not too many. The one I'm trying to specifically find here is the San Jose game played yesterday by Seattle.
Yeah, the old
Seattle one.
Yeah, the Seattle game. Just want to bring this up a little bit because two notable guys. We got Josh Gadjevich. Holy.
Oh, yes.
And I think it's Scott Reedy. Scott Reedy getting his first. So just hats off to them. Hats off Seattle. Keep tanking in that standings and get as high as a pick as you can. And Dzingel.
What a dream that would be.
Get a top 3 pick. Even a top 3. I think I'd be very happy.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like what a dream to get the first.
And then Dzingel. Sorry, you mentioned Dzingel scoring 2. First goal as a Shark. Lots and lots of firsts for San Jose. And just nice to see them winning. I don't know. They've been pretty piss poor lately, if I'm being honest.
Reimer versus the world for this team.
Yeah, the game before too, they played Boston. I didn't want to talk about it because Boston slaughtered them. They had 15 shots the whole game. It was insane. It's like, oh my god. Some games sounds like it just worked, but anyways, that's all my quick rips. All I got for you boys. So I will throw it over to Jordan.
I'll happily
talk about his quick rips.
The first game I got is this Canes and Columbus game. The Canes won it 4-0, but the story was it was a bit of a historic night. Let's see. They set one of the largest shot differentials in a game with a 31 differential. The Canes put up 50 shots.
Holy.
As well as that, Frederick Anderson reclaimed sole possession of the most wins among a goaltender this season. Yeah. So I did want to give that shout out to him because he has been wicked for the Canes. But yeah, the story is 4-0 and they faced 50 shots.
Yeah, man. There's so many goalies in the Vezina chance, man. So many.
The crazy thing is, Berube, I've just mentioned, was in net. You want to know how many saves he made on 50 fucking shots? 46.
That's insane.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I really like this Berube. I know he's been in the NHL. If they're trying to move Korpisalo, why this green light? They got that Tarasov kid and they got this Berube. Like, your season's probably not going anywhere. Like, give this guy some net. He deserves it. 3 wins in his first 3 games. Obviously losing to Carolina, the second best team in the NHL, however you want to look at it. Like,
Berube's definitely just been one of those goalies.
Outstanding.
Like Dustin. Or one of those kind of guys who just
don't get
never
a chance.
Was able to stick around, and when they did,
for no reason too,
didn't get much playing time. You know, like
I
it's not like they're terrible, and not like they're great.
And next year, I want him and Tarasov to be the dual backups because Tarasov's 22, obviously looking like a really good young goalie prospect. He's gotten games this year. He's looked all right. Yeah, you give him games, obviously, because he looks like he might even take over for Elvis in the future.
Yeah, I think his stats this year are just amazing because he played like one game or something. But
exactly, he's hurt. He's played a few.
I think this was the game. This has to be the game. I was trying to find the shots per the period, but I'm pretty sure like halfway through this game, like the Blue Jackets had like no shots still. Like I can't remember what it was, but it was just an insane shot count. Like unbelievably outshot. It was whatever.
Game with 19 in total shots.
Yeah, 50 to 19. Like holy crap.
Pretty ridiculous. But no, good game. It will move on.
That was a wicked one. The other one I unfortunately wanted to bring up was the Flyers snapped their 6-game losing streak.
Ooh,
hey, Flyers fans!
How'd they do that?
Yeah, they did.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, two storylines.
Question there.
We got some serious talk here.
Yeah, I was gonna quickly bring up. You want to hear what Washington's win record is in 2022?
Yes, I do, because it's been pretty poor.
8-11-2.
That's rough.
That's fun.
That's rough.
Not as bad as Edmonton's. What 2-11 and
and they went on a 5-game win streak. Oh, so funny.
Yeah, but serious question about
Washington.
Serious question about Backstrom here. Like, what's going on? I'm a little worried about this guy. He's only got 4 goals, 11 assists since he's been back. Only played 21 games this year. I'm getting worried here. Not a hot start. Oshie and the guys are back, but
I'm not expecting a lightning fast start.
I mean,
he's also in his mid-30s.
If you're basing off injury and age and everything coming back, I think that pace ain't too bad. I agree he needs to be better.
Yeah, like what you'd expect from Backstrom, certainly. But for what he is, he's in his mid-30s. He's not going to bounce back like he's 27.
Well, you guys,
it's a good question.
Like he's going to bounce back like he's 27. And yeah, I guess like with Oshie and Mantha coming back, probably going to help a lot. Maybe that's just what it is.
They miss Mantha.
They miss a full lineup.
They miss some of their wingers. Like I'm watching some of these games or looking at their lines here and there. And I'm like these guys. Like I'm okay with Protas playing here and there. I'm okay with these guys jumping up. But like I've seen these guys for 30, 40 games this year. Like I've seen 3 guys who shouldn't be in this lineup on a daily night basis be in this lineup on daily basis seemingly, which it's hurting. Their winger depth is just not deep enough for the injuries they're sustaining this year.
Yeah, and like we've been talking about all year, the goalie inconsistencies are starting to hurt us. We just we need like
it's so tough. Because you
I
guys
want like a veteran starting goalie who would be okay moving to like a 1B, right?
Morasic.
Because something that I was told, or I guess found out, something I learned yesterday was. You want to know who the oldest goalie in the Capitals organization is?
Samson. Copley, yeah.
Phoenix Copley.
27. Oh, is he 30? Holy crap, he's a lot older than I thought.
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
I thought he was still like mid-20s. I remember when he was jumping up and down like 2 years ago and was like 24, seemingly.
Yeah.
All right, I thought he was 24.
I'd really like to see us get like a veteran goalie that knows his way around the league. That'd be a starter for us when we need him, but also a 1B.
I got a question. Now, this is like galaxy brain to shit. Swap for one of your goalies for Leonard.
It's a lot of money, but
it's a lot of money, but he's your starting goalie you want. Yeah, and if you can obviously get some money out, like you throw in like Justin Schultz to Buffalo or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
He goes
like,
back to Vegas.
Yeah.
Everybody's happy, hey?
I like Leonard, so that'd be a deal.
Well, I know on Vegas that might be a step back, but money-wise it's not.
Yeah, money-wise.
And their team's good enough, I think. They could run Vanacek as their starter or Samsonov.
Well, it sounds like Washington wants to go pretty fucking hard for this. Like they might make moves. They're looking at like some real pieces here. So
I've heard that we sent a lot of scouts to Montreal. I know that we want Arturi Lehkonen and Jake Allen's a name that we've been interested in as well.
Yeah, those are 2 goalies, or 2 players. Sorry, I'd be
like I did with that 3-way trade dog. Hit that Holtby dog. Not bad.
Not bad. It's just the money. If you can make the money work, though, then who gives a shit? It's just man.
I don't hate the idea of hoping one of the guys plays hot in the playoffs. Honestly,
I don't either.
They're both pretty good goalies.
They are.
Down to like crunch time.
It's just the inconsistency.
Like, the nerves will get to them, and they'll show up, sort of thing. Like,
one of them will. One of them
like
should.
The pressure might make a diamond for at least a few rounds.
No, it's so tough because I watch them play, and Vanacek, let's say he plays 2 games in a row. The one game he'll play, it's like great, he played very good. Next game, and and the next game it's like, are you a backup? Are you sure you're a backup? And then Samsonov is even worse for it, where his high ends are higher than Vanacek by a lot.
He looks like he's one of the best.
He looks like he looks like Shesterkin in times, but the problem is he only looks like Shesterkin for 10 minutes a game, or for 1 game out of 3, and
he's a little wiggly. He's not as settled yet. He looks young.
He looks that's a great way to put it, Chase. He does look young. But very intriguing to see what the Caps do, and I'm sure we can do some fun stuff with that.
Yeah. Like, we're not pushing any panic. Well, I'm not pushing any panic buttons because
it's the East.
They just haven't been healthy.
Panic button time, but it is time to make moves.
Like,
I do think that something needs to be
the team that has a chance to knock out Washington in playoffs is Columbus. That's the best chance.
What do you mean,
team.
The Wings boys?
Columbus is higher. Columbus
just
is higher
because
now.
of this massive run. Just
okay.
Consistently playing tough teams.
Let me
We'll let them have it.
Okay. Well,
repping those CBJs for.
Columbus and Detroit are the 2 teams closest to 8th place in the East, and they're like 10 points off of.
It's gonna be easy, dude.
Boston.
Once Verana comes back, we trade for a D-man. Lighten this up.
Trade for Justin Schultz and go on a run.
Yeah. All we need is Boston to just quit for some reason. Just give up on the year.
I think you have better hopes with the Caps seemingly this year.
Yeah, no doubt. No shit.
But I think we can move off of this game. Disappointing for sure.
The only thing I'll finish with was Carter Hart put up a wicked performance.
Yeah,
I can say when we faced a hot goalie and Carter Hart was hot tonight.
Man, I love Carter Hart. I'm so sad for him.
That's good because I've been hearing other people actually like noting that he's playing good this year. And one guy that we always brought up at the start of the year was Demko, and I actually heard some stats. Like, he actually has been
the best goalie.
He's like the top 3 goalie.
He is still
some like ridiculous stat that
he's second, I believe, still in saves above expected. Shesterkin's in first now.
Yeah,
like Shesterkin's having an unreal year, but Demko has been 1 or 2 for saves above expected the entire year.
Yeah.
Like, literally the entire year. Like, everyone's talking about Vancouver, and I'm sorry to go off on this tangent, but they are a very average, below average team with a franchise goalie.
Yeah, exactly. You've got an ace goalie.
Like, this is a guy you build around.
It's funny because I was making like a list. I got like 20 to 22 ace goalies, and
which is insane.
Yeah, when you think about it, every playoffs, there's probably only like 10, 12 that make it.
Yeah, because there's some that have slips.
When was John Gibson making the playoffs? And a couple of these, the guys we just mentioned, Carter Hart and Demko,
and Bobrovsky has like every other year he's all right, and then by the way, next year Bob is.
You're going into the playoffs. You want somebody who's been around. Great
goalie. You're saying like for sure trustworthy number like 1. You're saying. Gotcha,
yeah, exactly.
Gotcha. Hey? Yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. there might even be 25 guys if you want to put like
I'll give you the
A and a half.
That I crossed. I could give you the line I crossed.
Who's the last goalies that are that?
Okay, so I grouped 22 people in the ace, and then I made like a B, and the start was Ottinger and Holtby and Mike Smith, because I'm not sure if they can like cup. Like the point of this list that I was making was like, how safe and comfortable do you feel in like playoffs? Like, you're going for the playoffs. What's your like? Is this guy an ace for you in the playoffs? Like, I don't know about Ottinger and Holtby.
Yeah, give me Ottinger in a year or 2
this year, actually, something like. And it doesn't matter with Smith because he's on the end of his ropes anyways, right?
Yeah, Smith is kind of like
issue, but
if
he's on his last legs, really.
Oh, yeah, big time. He's on his last toe. Yeah, I don't know, man.
No, my bottom. I'll give you the interesting, I guess. Yeah, like I guess I got all the Thatcher, Demko, Hart at the bottom, and then
yeah, those guys are
bottom
for sure.
5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's Linus Ullmark, Varlamov, Binnington, Matt Murray, and Grubauer.
Matt
so
Murray,
these are
that's
guys
generous. I'm so happy you did that, but that's so generous. In all reality,
let's be serious. Like we're just talking like
he won 2 cups
into the playoffs or something. Like
he has the experience.
He experience.
Listen,
he's a little bit better this
He's
year.
got more experience than any other goalie in the NHL right now. Actually, if I think other than Vasilevsky.
Yeah, like I understand some of these guys aren't doing good. Like Varlamov's not even a number 1 goalie and stuff like that. But like if I'm going into the playoffs and this is my goalie, I'm not upset. A lot better about that.
I'm not looking at my goalie and being.
You're Ottinger and Holtby at the moment. You know.
Yeah.
You're a little bit sketchy on those guys because you're not sure how well they can play. But like if Varlamov's on it or Bennington's on it, Grubauer's on it, like you got something going. But
I don't know. I'd be a little worried with Grubauer this season.
Oh, this is scary. I feel you. Yeah. Like I was gonna take him off of this. Like I was gonna. In all reality, I should make this a top 20 and take him out because this is a worrisome, especially for what people said about him. Like, yeah, you're not even that good. Like Colorado is why you were good, Grubauer. That's what people said. So it's kind of scary.
I still don't know if that's. I still don't know if that's 100% true.
That's
obviously,
why I put him on.
Yeah, I'm agreeing.
Like, I'll give you.
For me, it's that team was constructed poorly. I actually don't dislike their goalies.
Basically, he's like my last guy that I'd feel comfortable starting a playoff.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially after last year and like falling out of the playoffs and the way they did, kind of embarrassing. Yeah. I mean, the team fell apart around the way. Too, but
let's be serious with the way Ottinger. That could be like in 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now. The way Ottinger's playing, if he keeps this up, like he's going to be on that list.
Ottinger could be in the top 10 of this in 2 years. In 2 years, Ottinger easily could be in the top 5, top 10 of this without question. He's been that good. I've been so impressed with him. That's
become my favorite Dallas Star.
Yeah, second. He's my second favorite Dallas Star. It's still Sagan for me because I'm just the biggest Sagan fan.
Robo, man, that guy just smiling.
I love Robo
goals too. Is just wow. Does that make me? I swear it gains years on my life.
I like him. I love him and Rupe obviously too. But like Sagan to me, I've loved Sagan since before he was drafted, and I was sad the minute he was drafted by Boston, and jumping for joy the minute he was traded to Dallas. Like. I've always loved this player. I've wanted him to be a number 1 center and just light it up. He's never quite. He's a character, and I don't know. He seems like he was just had the most fun. Like everyone was like in Boston, like fuck this guy for being 19 and having millions of dollars. Like, what? He's 20, awesome, making millions. Of course, he's gonna party. Who wouldn't?
He's somebody that I'd like to actually like play hockey with.
Right? Like he seems fun. He just seems so fun. Honestly, like up there, probably top 5 interviews I want on this podcast.
All the rips you got there, bud.
Jordan? Is that all you got, Jordan?
Yeah, that's what I got for the rips.
Cool. Let's throw it to Chase.
You got for the rips.
Zoom through the rest of these rips.
Oh yeah, let's hit this case. So boys, I'm gonna take you to Blue Nation, where the Blues faced off against the Sabres. My boy Ticker getting the start. The old Sabres playing well in front of him.
Yes,
a little bit more so than Anders. Weirdly enough, it's flipped it.
Yeah,
been playing pretty good against
the New Year has been really good with Tokar in front. Or behind the team.
Yeah, the old Karski. Where do I want to start here? Super fun game, actually. To start, I'll start with the Sly Ryan O'Reilly move. Oh yes, the Riley move, lifting the stick of Alex Touch to let the pass go through his legs or through him and over to Kyrou, and oh boy, that was just nasty.
Ryan O'Reilly phantom assist.
Yeah, exactly. For the old one-time Howie to tie the game. Kyrou later on in the period, then tips one in, bounces off the ice, So he like tipped it and it bounced off the ice and like went over the pad through a screen to Carson. Not like he saw it anyways. And then
it's okay. We're gonna make him seem like a Hall of Fame goaltender at the end of this.
He will be.
Game's talking.
He will be. Okoso clearly jealous of that tip as he tips it himself. One through exactly screen Ville Husso. The rest of the second was some goalie action though, big saves being made till the very end of the second where Tokarski makes that sprawling out pad save just so gets the leg up. Oh man, so nice. But Okoso watching the puck, staring at the puck, trips and falls over Tokarski and nobody knows where the puck is. Jake Wallman cleans up the garbage.
Imagine being in the video room and being like, Pozo, we pay you $6 million for that?
Honestly. Man, you were just puck watching. Like, damn.
My nephew moves faster than that. And he's 5.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to be in the video room for some of these bad games. Oh, could I please be in that Leafs video room after that game?
Imagine being in Phillies after this season.
Oh my god, yes, please. No, because Yo will probably say they're doing a good job.
You'll be like, I'll have it just highlighted on Carter.
No, he'll be like, I know we got scored on this play, but Rasmus, this hit in the corner, you did not fall down. I'm so proud of you. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, well, anyways, now to the third period of the old St. Louis Buffalo game. Going to the Buffalo power play, Tage Thompson, like a hawk, floating around in the high slot, just sniping Genos there to tie it up.
22 goals. 22 goals this year for that man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tage Thompson's been so good for Buffalo.
He's been
but what happens after Buffalo scores?
They concede. They concede too.
Less than a minute later, like almost every time.
I love this team. So I love this team.
They're fun to watch, honestly. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, you never know what to expect.
But yeah, the Blues score obviously with actually it was Perio, just ridiculous. Like caught the puck with like the shaft of his stick and like caressed it in, man. Like
it was amazing.
It was an unreal, and that was off of a rebound. Yeah, what do? Game ends 5-3 as Braden Shen gets the empty netter. The old Sask boy, congratulations on the baby.
Yeah,
had a baby. Just had a baby that game or something like that.
Man, you can tell he's fired up though. Like he's been awesome past week, 2 weeks. Like just constantly scoring. Did you see that tic-tac-toe with Kyrou last game against Chicago?
Dude.
Kyrou literally jumping over. I think it was DeHaan or something. Like that was amazing. I love that.
That was so sweet. That feels good.
The only thing that would have been better than that is if Fleury could have made the cartwheel save on the play. He was this close. He was this close. But anyways, sorry. Blues. Yes, Saskatchewan.
No doubt. Yeah, no, that's the end of it. That's the end of it, boys. Good game by Ticker. Not much he could do.
Yeah.
Like, they're playing good in front of them.
They're not a bad team, Buffalo. They just don't have...
Their turnovers are rough and
they don't have
sloppy. It's just puck watching. Like I said, like it's actually that's a big problem sometimes is they just start watching the puck and they forget about people being on the ice.
Can I bring up another team that does that like really bad, which we'll get into in a second? But
go ahead.
Winnipeg, that's another team. Very very puck watching teams. We'll dive deeper.
See, I don't think Scheifele's bad at defense or not. Well, people say he's not great at defense.
He's not great.
I think he just puck watches.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's lazy. I think he's lazy.
I don't think he.
I think that's a lot of players though. Like he's not amazing. We're not gonna sit here and be like Scheifele. Even if we wiped out half of the Selke winners, like Scheifele won't even be in the top 50%. But he's still not that bad.
Exactly.
Is that all your quick rips? Like
no, I got
all right.
lots.
Why don't you dive into the other ones? I was about to say. I was like, selling a short here today.
That wasn't too quick. That one. But I gotta go hard for the old Ticker dog.
Yeah,
getting her done.
No, what? I can accept it for Ticker. I can accept it for Ticker.
Yeah, GT gets
That's what the podcast's all about, boys.
DT. Our whole podcast is about getting DT on this podcast. Please. Yeah,
let's go to another not so well known goalie. Scotty Nepa. Scotty Wedgwood from the Coyotes. Absolutely lighting up the Vegas Golden Knights as the Coyotes score 3 times more goals than the Knights.
Nice.
It was 3-1, but
it was 3-1, but
43 big saves by the old Wedgwood man. First star of the game, just padding to his 2022 stats, boys. He's now at 7 games played, a .939 save percentage, and a 2.23 goals against average on the year. Scotty Wedgwood.
Yeah. Jack Attack getting a point too. Love that.
Not just him, but the Yotes playing awesome, boys.
Yeah, they're playing so good. Man,
you're just like hating
ultimate
on the Stars for losing against them, and they're just fire.
They're so good right now. Yeah,
it's so great. They have won 3 of their last 6 games, and they're 19 goals for and 16 goals against.
That's very good.
At a positive differential.
That's amazing.
For
and
the first stretch of their career.
Your favorite Coyote, Chase, has signed an extension. Dyson Mayo signed a 3-year deal. I don't know what the money is yet. Has it come out?
It says that it's $950K, man.
Okay,
yep.
So it just
$950K.
$950K.
An absolute steal, dude.
That is the biggest steal I've ever seen.
I saw them sign him. I think I might have commented and said, "Well, you better be giving them $5 million."
Yeah, honestly.
I plays like the
3 minutes PK
game.
Yeah,
give me a break. Just pays them $950 for 3 years.
That's insane.
Need to see? What do you need to see out of this guy?
No, what I think.
Paying all his meals those fucking 3 years.
Jesus, who's cheap franchise?
AZ's GM? Is it? Which Armstrong is it? Which Armstrong is AZ? Not Doug. So yeah, Bill Armstrong winning with this deal. Holy.
That's gonna be the best.
That is the best defensive deal I've seen in
next couple games.
Oh, that was the best deal yesterday. Like the second he signed, he didn't get $1 million. I thought he's getting 1.5. I think at 1.5. Like you gotta pay someone. You gotta be at the floor. Like
yeah, I hope that screws you over. I hope that screws you over. I hope you have to like pay someone to get you a contract in just to get under the cap.
Lose him for like to arbitration because you're under the cap or something.
I hope they have to pay for Tyler Myers to get to the cap.
That would be amazing. Oh god. Oh my god.
Yeah, back to the game, boys. The old Yotes beating the Golden Knights because the Yotes are just playing awesome sticks and lanes, chipping away, boys. What's all the classic things you say other than
get pucks deep, pucks in deep? Cliche. Biggest. Oh, I hate it when they say that, but it's so true. Like, it's so annoying how true it is. It's like, yeah, we know.
Yeah. Stop turning it over at the neutral zone and get the puck in deep.
Yeah, don't pull a Buffalo. Like, come on.
This 6-game stint here all started with the Kraken beating those guys. So yeah, no better way to just get a boost than play the old Kraken nowadays. Definitely. Just like we saw San Jose do. Maybe they're gonna. Okay, so let's get off of that. The Arizona Wedgie Wood getting her done, boys. I guess I'll bring that up later because it's more of a question. Maddie Murray, apparently a .932 save percentage.
That's
good for 5th in the league in the new year.
That's amazing. I'm so happy for him.
Dude, Shesterkin after that Caps game.
Yeah.
He had a 36 save performance, a .951 save percentage. He got to that .951. I said .949, I think, last podcast. So he did even better and got to .951.
Yeah, actually, he wins. Is it? I
think it's just on the new year, but like
still. But Shesterkin wins Vezina today. Hey, ends today, and even if he has a heart, that's what I was about to ask. Like I was saying, like he wins. Do you guys think he wins the Hart? If this continues, if this level of play continues and just exact on pace where it is now,
Yeah, it's something I could bring up because it is something I wanted to bring up about this New York Rangers team a contender. It is, I think, the way they're playing and the way it is.
I'll dive.
Ryan.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but I think it's not because of the forwards. It's because of the defense. And it's because of Miller and Lindgren.
Trouba too. Yeah, that Trouba, Miller, and that Lindgren Fox is just.
And the fact that's their top pairing, that third pairing works all the time too.
Yeah, of whoever it is.
I was thinking about who do they trade for and who do they get to up their defense. What's the point? Nemeth is doing fine. He's got great numbers. He's doing good.
The only reason you do it is to get that extra year of cap out. Right? You move in him. That's it. That's the only time you do that, I think. I don't know, man. I'm agreeing with you.
Just get a veteran. Just pay up stuff just to get more veteran players. Just for a new third line. What's the point? And how much better are some of these guys? You're gonna have to pay out the wazoo to get somebody that's actually much better than these guys. I'm getting rattled because this team's a contender, and I don't know how to make this team better on defense because they're
maybe just an extra D-man if you can.
Maybe a good defensive D-man does help that much.
Yeah.
But Braden Schneider's in there doing fine.
He's been great,
Lundqvist wasn't doing terrible.
I think it's just the experience maybe you get. If you can get a guy who's 30. If you get a Chara for cheap.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm getting at is that we're not trading or we're not moving a guy down like Miller or Lindgren. So why are we?
You get a third. Yeah, I agree. I think you just get the extra. I think you get an extra D-man. Extra right-handed. Justin Braun looks beautiful on this team right now, actually. Yeah.
No
yeah, if you can get a replica of Gudis, that'd be fantastic.
That'd be wicked.
Sorry to go on to that tangent, but it's something that I wanted to bring up too anyways, because
while you're on it,
the real deal.
I forgot to bring this up.
These young defensemen are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to be looking at these guys in a year holy shit, they've got
the best
way
defense.
Too many good defensemen. These guys are
they already have too many prospects.
I thought they'd be good players, but when it comes down to it, this Lindgren and this Miller are they should be on other teams.
Yes.
Or Miller should be.
Miller's unreal.
Playing really
Miller's
good.
Unreal.
He can be an anchor, I think.
I think so too. I forgot to bring it up in my quick rips, but the Pens Rangers game, so I'll just take 5 seconds on it. The only reason we won that game is because we got a power play and Malkin scored, and Jari is the second best goalie in the NHL. That is the only reason we won that game.
Nice.
They were unreal. While we're on Rangers, Lafreniere has been sensational lately. Not points wise, two-way.
A week ago, I saw people calling him Bust Frenier.
What? No, I don't know what people are talking about with him and Kakko.
I don't understand the constant slander against Lafreniere just because he didn't come into the league and dominate instantly.
Pick any forward who was drafted after 2016, and I bet he's better defensively than most.
Yeah. Laffy is he's learning his own position in the
league.
He's a
two-way forward.
Fantastic.
He's a two-way forward. I wonder how much he can be like Brad Marchand without the edge of Marchand.
Without
in the sense of being defensively responsible, scoring goals. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see about the 100 points. He's still very, very young, but I see similar in a way. Obviously, he's bigger, but just the
smart. He's so smart.
Yeah, that's where I see it. Is the brain. I see the brain.
Yeah. I'm just waiting for him to bust out at some point.
It's coming. I think it's now. He's playing top line with Zibanejad and Kreider and setting up Kreider for
See, and that's kind of what I'm
goals.
trying to get at with this team is that if you're going to the playoffs, what's the point of getting extra guys? You're just gonna not play Braden Schneider. This is probably good for him. Might as well play these guys in the top line.
Yeah,
if they do good, how much does that help your team? 1,000 light years more than trading for Justin Braun, filling Braden Schneider's shoes, who gets to play 1-2 rounds. Maybe 3, maybe 4.
It
doesn't matter. I don't think they should be pushing themselves to we should actually win the cup. I think this is a perfect building. The fact you're good enough to get these guys into the playoffs, that is amazing experience for all of these kids. Play them all.
Yeah. There's at least 4 defensemen that are going to get their first chance. And at least 4 forwards, I think it is. They're getting their first playoff chance. So
big names too.
Big names. Pretty much all big names. So yeah.
Let's get it.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Quick rips. Let's look at some Hatties, boys. Did you see the Hatties? Oh my goodness.
Yes, I
Patrick
did.
Kane and the Bagel get
the
Hatties.
Hagel.
In one game, they got that.
He's gonna go for 2 firsts at this point.
Jesus. So yeah, I was poking at Kane about scoring some goals. So nice to see he answers the bell.
No kidding, hey.
Hot thems. But also, who else do we got? Landeskog had a Hattie as well, and my boy Derek Ryan.
Yeah, Derek Ryan. Derek Ryan had probably the best week of hockey he's ever had in the NHL.
I love when Derek Ryan's playing dope. Like it reminds me of a time when he played with like the Hurricanes and he's like playing with like Riley Nash and Chris Berry and Brock McGinn, Joachim Nordstrom, Phil DiGiuseppe, man. Like, it's good days when the old Lindholm was still on there and Falk.
Oh yeah, man. It's insane.
He gets one with Derek Ryan. Against his former team against Carolina.
Derek Ryan's been outstanding when the TNT panel is talking about him over McDavid and Draisaitl for this week. Like they talked more about Derek Ryan than anyone other Oiler I've heard this week, which is amazing.
Ooh, yeah. So what I was saying earlier, I was actually a few months before I was born was the last time the Wings lost.
Wow.
10-7, and that was to the Sabres.
I mean, it's pretty crazy that they've even ever lost 10-7. I guess the 80s did happen, and most games were like 8-9 or whatever. But no, that's crazy.
The only other thing I got here,
boys, one more, last one.
Does LA's 4-1 win over the Ducks solidify the separation I was talking about earlier about the Pacific Division? Does that split the 4 up, boys? Because I'm feeling pretty good about it now.
Not yet, but it's a big step
LA
closer.
Just took it to the Ducks.
They did. But
when it comes down to it, this game could be the difference maker, but I'm not sure if it is just yet.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that yet because of other teams. To me, LA, I think LA, yes, is in. I don't see a world they don't make playoffs anymore. But I'm wondering about different teams slipping out, like Nashville, Dallas, Edmonton, Anaheim. Between the Pacific.
I think Anaheim's a little bit further out where they're a little bit too far looking out.
If I'm being honest, I think Calgary, Vegas, and maybe even LA are probably a step gap difference between Edmonton and Anaheim. I think those 3 are a step difference, personally.
Oh yeah, I would group
until Edmonton gets a goalie.
Those,
I get.
Yeah,
I'm not saying by big gap. By the way, either. I'm not saying they're like.
I guess, yeah.
I think
Edmonton without that goaltending. Hey,
goaltending is a big issue,
if it's not fire.
And Anaheim they don't have the offense sometimes that this type of team needs right now.
Yeah, they're just
now
me a lot. So I think it's obvious that they're just not going to be able to push through this. And I think they're going to make a decision at the deadline that it's.
I'm not saying obvious because they're 2 points out.
I know, hey, it's not a big separation. I know,
it's so close. You can't say that until probably 5 days before the deadline.
Played,
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I agree with playing wise. The way LA's playing, they're in that top 3. That Pacific top 3, the order can change, but the 3 teams won't. To me, but
yeah.
Anyways, is that all you got for your quick rips?
All I got.
Okay, since we're going pretty strong on this, let's jump right into a little bit of our longer rip. I'll throw it to Jordan. Let's talk about that Leafs Detroit game.
I'll happily kick it off
because we need to talk about this.
As we mentioned it before, the original 6 barn burner.
This is the only NHL game I've ever seen in history where all 4 goalies in the exact same game were atrocious.
Yeah, and I've got a cool stat for that. So with 17 goals on 4.8 expected, the Leafs-Wings game is the worst combined goaltending game since the NHL started tracking it in 2007.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Not a single one of those goalies had a higher save percentage than .08.
Yeah.
No one. And there was 4.
There was, yeah.
That's awesome.
With 17 goals on 4.8 expected goals in this game. That game should have ended at highest 4-3 by projections and the numbers and analytics. The highest that game should have got was 4-3, and it was 10-7. This game was amazing. I've never seen goalies play this bad. Like, this bad. I've never seen Pee-wee goalies play this bad. To their level.
Awful,
Compared to your own levels, I've never seen a goaltending performance as bad. Like, holy shit. Like,
somebody in the crowd must have just been shining a light at all of them. Like,
perfect with that laser pointer. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like, it was awful.
Sign that guy up in the army, and like, clearly, because he is accurate as shit if he was doing that. Because, like, I saw 4 goals against the Leafs, at least, that were floaters. Literal floaters.
They must have literally said to them, all right, goaltending tonight is optional.
No, optional? We're going to play with no goalies 6v6 tonight, basically. Yeah, and there would probably be less goals if you did that. Like,
it was a fucking football game.
It was embarrassing for hockey from both. The fact that the Leafs just scored, what was the score? 7-2 after the second?
Yeah, 7-2.
They won 10-7, guys.
Yeah, Detroit really put
the bro, they scored 5 in 1 period.
Detroit almost came back, and that would have been sensational.
If they win,
I was really rooting for Detroit on that one.
Yeah, man, I didn't catch the very start of that period. I was watching something else or whatever, and then my phone started going off, and I was like, huh,
maybe you should watch this game.
Started. And then I looked at my phone. I'm like, oh my goodness, what just happened?
Marner scored a hat trick in like 3 minutes or something. It was
classic Marner picking on the shitty defensive team.
No kidding.
Oh hey, somebody sucks. I'm gonna fucking pot some goals. Let's go.
Yeah.
No, that's his first hat trick, eh?
Ever?
That's what I heard.
No way. That's insane.
What he said too.
That's crazy. That's hard to believe. Yeah.
Yeah, and he got 4.
What a game. Do you guys have anything else? I got one other thing on this game, but I'll end on it.
That was all I had. Just that awful goaltending performance.
It was fun to watch.
It was fun to watch for sure.
Fun to watch.
It was embarrassment of hockey, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah. It was a football game, essentially.
Now, I saw this on Twitter from someone who works at TSN, who is a Colorado fan. It was interesting. He brought it up, and it got a lot of people talking on Twitter. He said, Mitch Marner is the most underrated superstar in the league right now. What are your thoughts on that comment?
He's wrong because after the All-Star game, he started playing like we were talking. He
okay,
and I think we've been on.
We've been on the right page. Yes, I think that's.
I think maybe not so as much on the first half of the season, but once that All-Star game hit and he started really acting like who I thought he would be, like I fully agree. I think he's been the superstar I want him and thought he could be.
Because that's a good point. I think we've been on the right page of it where we've been saying how good he's been. Do you think the NHL world as itself is underrating Mitch Marner right now?
No, because they overrated him so much off the start.
Interesting.
That, how do you even underrate him now? Because they think he was just fucking Jesus off the start.
Well, everywhere on Twitter from Leaf fans after everyone talking about this now is Marner for Selke. So not that far. Don't get me wrong, I think he's unreal defensively, but not yet.
Yeah.
Give me. Like, I do think
Mark
he
Stone
might
has to win that before you do.
Mark Stone has to win that. That is exactly it.
As a winger, sorry.
Yeah. I can see him winning it in 3-4 years when he's in his late 20s. But no, not winning the Selke this year. Every Leaf fan.
Oh yeah, just to point out that 10-7 game was the game we played De Kaiser and Gustav Lindstrom together.
Oof.
So
not doing that again.
There's a reason we
don't play
Kaiser with Mo Sider, because we can't play him with anyone else.
Can you just can you not play him? Can you literally not play him?
I think so, but
like, no, is an AHL second line D-man better as a third pairing guy in the NHL than
I saw Jared McIsaac's numbers. They look pretty good.
Yeah.
Why aren't we playing him? Fuck it. He's like 24 or something.
Because you gotta marinate him till he's 39 in the AHL with Detroit.
I'd rather see his 6'3", 4 ass fucking getting walked around it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Just making Gustav Lindstrom look bad.
Yeah, no kidding. That's rough. That's rough. That's so rough.
But Hronek was epic, man. He had 4 points in that game.
What was his plus minus?
+1, dude.
Holy shit, that's actually pretty good. Still is on the ice for 3. That's not.
Yeah, that was the other thing that was dumb about this game. No power play goals. Like, what the fuck? It was 1 shorthanded goal.
Yeah, I know.
Like, how's that even happen? How do you score 17 goals?
Because the goalies weren't making enough saves in time to give penalties away.
Yeah, just like
the puck's already in the net before. Yeah, but no power play goal. It went in.
Yeah, that happened 4 times.
Absolutely. That's the 10-7 Leafs Detroit game. Super fun.
Barn burner.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump in with mine. I'm gonna turn this into a quick rip because we're going extended on these. So I'm gonna talk about the Pittsburgh Columbus game. This was a back-to-back after we beat the Rangers 1-0. This game was awesome.
Throw me a freaking bonus, boys. The Columbus Blue Jackets. I said they were 8-2 last time. Played 3 games, won 2 of them because they beat Florida and they beat your dumb ass.
Yeah.
Didn't they? Right?
No, we beat them. We beat.
You
Columbus.
guys did beat them.
We did beat them. Pittsburgh won 3-2.
I thought they were gonna pull it out to you.
Oh, I did too, because that's why I'm talking about this. Let's start on Columbus. Jack Roslovic was awesome this game. I've been looking at him like every time I watch him, I'm like, wow, this guy's good. Then I forget about him for like a month, and I'm like, he's not really producing or anything. I don't really notice him. And then I watch a game, and he goes and gets 2 points. He gets a primary assist and a power play goal, perfect over DeSmith's shoulder. Like, what a game! I love him on Columbus. I think he's forever going to be a Blue Jacket, which is nice. DeSmith. Now, this is usually the Rip Casey DeSmith podcast, but today I'm not going to do that. He was actually really good. He made 32 saves. He did exactly what your backup needs to do. If we can get performances like this, I'm okay with keeping DeSmith. Now, we've not gotten them a lot, so I'm not gonna sit here and trade him.
He's making me feel a lot better.
He's better.
Good job, Casey. You're raising your stock.
Yeah, he's definitely been better than he was in the first half of the year. Absolutely. Do I think it's quite good enough? No, because I think he is a really good third goalie. Unfortunately, I wonder if that's just his career. But yeah, great game. What turned this around, though, is in the third period, we should have lost. But our boy, Mark Friedman, saves the puck off the line. That saves him another 5 NHL games, especially with Matheson out. He was outstanding that game, too. Everywhere on the ice. Save that. Mm-hmm. Malkin scores on the power play. Then Captain Clutch scores with, 2.5 minutes remaining in the game. And everyone going to ask me, was this goalie interference? No, it was not. Did he hit the goalie? Yes. Well, no, actually. Merzlikins hit him. And he was out of the blue paint. So...
Yeah, like he was standing in the blue paint, but he reached out of the blue paint.
He reached out.
So
actually, if you slow it down, I know it's slowing down. Once the shot, before he even gets close to the puck, he's out of the blue paint too. And Crosby is a good half a foot out. So he was fine. For everyone bitching, and I know Columbus was not happy about that as they challenged and it was wrong and lost the game because of it. But yeah, no, I thought it was fair. Pittsburgh fought hard to win this game. They were so tired. They were so tired, but just a great win. Super happy for that, especially after that game earlier against the Devils. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Just a classic Penguins match since 2007. Crosby and Malkin scoring and winning the game for you. Yep. and a random D-man saving the puck off the line.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Man, looking good.
I love him as like, and also you guys brought up like Jordan. You said trade Chris Weidman to the Pens there and such, right? I don't want a depth D-man. I like our 7th and 8th D-man. We got POJ and we got Friedman. I'm totally content on them being our 7th. And now if our top 6 guys, one of them's out for long term, then maybe
extended, then yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to say that I actually
the old
like our defense.
He's a good 6 man. He can bring
it.
He can be on a cup team as a number 6. Why not?
Oh yeah, he's earned his contract. He's earned his place this year. I've been at the start of the year. I was like, we could probably do better, but he earned his spot, and I'm happy about that. So, but yeah, we can move off of this. Chase, did you want to talk about another one? Or are you done talking about games? We can move on if you want.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. I just want to pump the Oilers tires.
Pump the Oilers, then. Do it.
Panthers. That was pretty good. You know, They beat the Panthers. That was amazing.
Koskinen in that game, I think. I think it was Koskinen in that.
Yeah.
He had a really good game.
Yep. All of a sudden, a starting goalie now.
Yeah.
Amazing
how
that
he has
happens.
Those once in a while where he jumps out and plays really well. They still need a goalie. They still desperately need a goalie. He had a great game, but they're not going to happen often.
Yeah, Mike Smith's got to pull his pants up. He looks a little wobbly out there.
And he looks better than Koskinen is the bad part. He looks more reliable to me. Like, take away that floor. Not that game, obviously, but just in general.
I'm worried about Smith. Like, he's definitely the one guy I trust out of the two to like really take him anywhere. So
if you're going to win a playoff round, with those two
trading that contract or having to trade that contract, I don't know. Kenny might be stuck again with this crap, so we'll see how he can if he can get anything, because he has to wait for the prices to go down. It's as simple as that.
They won't. They're going up at the deadline. Does he not know how
deadlines
go
down
work?
No, they go down once the deadline gets closer and closer. It goes up as it goes start, and then right near the end it starts going down because people won't actually pay your epic price for
unless it's the guys that are actually just for sure gone at deadline. The real bidding wars, we should say.
Yeah. Oldie Yamamoto though, looking so good on this team, man. 20 minutes he played in that Florida game. Like, man, is he using that guy?
Coach. I'm not surprised that the young guys are flourishing under is it Woodcroft?
Yeah, their former coach. Exactly.
Their former coach, so I'm not really that surprised.
But... yeah, and the Oilers can thank the Blue Jackets for the Blue Jackets knocking the Panthers down a peg by beating them to give the old
Panthers
Oilers a chance here.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there any other players?
The Oilers played pretty good on against the Hurricanes too. Next day. So good news for the Oilers.
They're playing better.
To win one of those games, man.
Yeah, they're playing better.
That was cool that they won. Like, they didn't actually have to, but like the fact they did,
it helped a lot.
That was the other thing I wanted to look at was Zach Hyman's stats, because I've seen them the other.
He's doing really good again.
He's been unreal.
When he plays with McDavid, like he should have been all year.
All along, yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's been just absolutely fire for these guys. I mean, he played 26 minutes against Carolina.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous for a winger. Holy shit.
6 minutes on the power play, so...
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 6 minutes of standing in front of the net, so it's not as bad, but still 20 minutes for a winger?
Yeah, man, hey.
20 minutes for a winger and 5-on-5 is a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. No, he's been doing that like decently amount from what I remember. So right now, this is calendar year, 19 games, 16 points, boys. He's almost at a point per game. He's almost at 20 minutes per game, 1942.
Yeah, no,
I 16% shooting percentage. Old Hyman's been just massive, man. Yeah, it's so cool.
Which we knew he would be going into this.
Derek Ryan, 4th on the team in points.
That's embarrassing.
This is the new year.
That's embarrassing. Yeah. Oh, a new year. Okay, that sounds bad.
The new year. Yeah.
It's still quite embarrassing, but not good.
Yeah, no, that was brutal.
And if you haven't heard any Kane stats in a while, I guess Kane 14 games, 10 points.
Yeah,
plus
he's been
7.
Doing pretty solid there.
19 minutes.
Yeah.
19 minutes this calendar year, so Yeah, no, I like how this team looks a lot better. They don't have any defense right now, and I'm surprised they got through that Carolina game and they beat the Panthers like super good on you guys. Like that's
that's massive. They have so much work they need to do. Oh, that as a team, they need like their forwards. I'm pretty content with. Like I think you can make that work as a team.
Yeah.
But it's that defense you can't. Like there's maybe 3 guys on that defense I want to keep. 3 I want gone, and I wanted completely new goalies. So yeah, it's just not looking great there. But at least they are playing better, and they're in a tight division. So
well, it's just nice to see players being trusted. Like Perlini
like
and Yamamoto playing 7 minutes is right, and playing McLeod 17 minutes. Yeah, why not play him more than those 2 guys? Like that's what you do, man.
I agree.
I love how he's doing this. Yeah, I can't say enough good things. I'm happy kept this team going because I was getting worried with the old Tippett. He was literally just tipping them this way, that way. So
yeah, I was worried with Tippett. I'm worried without Tippett.
Hey, the other thing I want to bring up with the Oilers, this was the end of that fourth back-to-back set this month. So they finally got through this ugly month, and they pretty damn good, boys. Like they're in the playoffs technically right now, or what?
I think they're a point out. If
are they a point out because of the wild?
Wild card. Or
because Dallas left 60. They're tied with Dallas.
They're tied with Dallas, but they have points percentage via 1 game. So if Dallas lost their next game, they're tied exactly for it, and then it's on goal difference. But I think that's how it goes, at least. But does it go by goal difference if it's tied? Is that how standings work, or does it go by our percentage? It goes by points.
It goes by
points per
actual win.
Oh, it does go back.
I think it's like because if you lose a bunch of OT games, you would not get there. The guy who would win more regulation games, I think, is the one that
Yeah, that makes sense.
Gets it. But I wanted to take a look at the old schedule there, like see how they for surely completely did in this month. I think they went over 500. 1, 2.
Yeah, definitely
3, 4,
did,
5, 6, 7 wins.
7 and 4 ish. 3.
7 wins, 2, 4, 6, 8, in 12 games. So that 1 game over 500.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's huge. That's huge for a big like an ugly month like they kind of had to go through the Carolina trip, man.
Yeah, you do, and you need to come out with a point if you want to still be in the
hunt, exactly. So. But now here we go, boys. This is the end of the year. The next 2 months is jam packed here. Like this is gonna be people start going down.
This next month will be big for adding, big for everything.
Figuring out what they need.
So absolutely,
it's gonna get intense real quick.
real quick. Absolutely. So yep. So
but let's move on, boys.
Let's move on, boys. I just got a couple. I'm gonna run out some news, a little bit of trade news, chatter, pretty much reiterating what we talk about, everyone, but keeps bringing up, so I'm gonna keep bringing it up. The Montreal Canadiens. Let's start with them, and Hughes coming out saying that they want to be very aggressive at the free agent market this year.
Oh yeah, trying to get that Kadri.
Yeah, I don't know what aggressive means.
Giroux's probably
contracts out.
I understand the being aggressive on certain pieces, but like, what are you trying to achieve by being aggressive? Trying to be a better team next year? Or are you trying to just get some steals, fill out your roster, or what?
I don't know. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
It'll be very interesting. So just a team to watch, and it's worth noting too, Montreal tries to be aggressive most free agencies. They just don't get the players because it's Canada as much. A lot of free agents, if they have a choice, don't come to Canada.
Seemingly.
So
yeah,
that is worth noting.
How much money is this guy gonna have to play with? Jesus, does he have a lot of injured players? Wow.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just 6 or 7 guys on IR. Holy shit.
I mean, Price will be back next year.
And Weber and Price aren't counted in that. Like,
yeah.
Holy shit.
Price will be back at some point, but whether that's this year or next year, I have no idea.
Yeah, like I wonder if, because like they want to turn this around fairly quickly. Like I wonder if Giroux would be interested in being a Hab. He played in the QMJHL. I don't know.
I don't see.
Maybe he's
why.
Maybe be happy with something like that.
The direction that gives.
The only reason I'd see Giroux doing that is saying
leadership
I want a
is
cup.
pretty huge.
I want a cup
for that
this.
Team.
Yeah, for the team makes sense, but for Giroux,
if
he wins let's say he gets traded to Colorado and Colorado wins a cup, maybe I could see him going to Montreal just to
a little bit more for sure.
Yeah, like home or closer to home because he's from Ontario.
Yeah, he's from Ontario.
And you say he played in the Q, so
yeah, he played in the Q with the
that would make a lot of sense. But
so otherwise don't make sense.
That'd just be him
yeah. So I guess
trying to help the old Habs. Maybe the Habs' favorite team wants to help them win that cup, boys.
Yeah, with that roster, sure.
I gotta bring it up because, like you said,
no, I agree.
It's never come to Canada, so
no, I agree with that. Like, it's just
it'd be so.
We don't know who. I don't know what that means. I don't know what aggressive approach to free agency means. Like, that can mean so many different things. That can mean like we're gonna make the best AHL team possible. And then like the absolute worst NHL team, like you can be
random gems.
Or aggressive for
that's up for our AHL team.
Yeah, or like college free agents. You can be aggressive with that. Like I don't know where he's going with it, so we'll see. Moving on to the Islanders, we got Chara play the most games as defenseman. I think I mentioned that he was going to last podcast. Yeah, something like that. They tied it. He officially played it like we knew it was happening, but just hats off to Chara. And did he get in a fight in that game? Or was the game after? That was amazing. I couldn't remember if it was the game of or the game after, but just chucking fists. I love it. I absolutely love it from Chara.
That's what we want from Chara.
Absolutely. One last fight before his career is done. Some Leafs news. They recalled Nick Robertson to the NHL team, so it's looking like he's going to get a chance in that top 6. Which is desperately needed because that second line has been struggling. And by second line, I mean
someone.
Yeah, that's exactly who I meant by struggling. No points in his last 11. And they won 10-7 the other night, and he didn't get a point. That's rough. They need to get that second line going. But there's also very much interest in JT Miller and Klingberg from the Leafs.
Naturally.
Okay, I gotta give you my theory on JT Miller.
Give me your theory.
Or should I?
Do it.
I won't do it.
Oh, you're not doing it? Burying the lead?
Nope. Actually, you know what? I will because I don't know if I want to do a Vancouver GM or not.
All right, what do you got for us?
Okay, it's just killing me. They need to trade JT Miller, and it's not because of Vancouver and has nothing to do with Vancouver. It's for him and the fact that he has a contract where he can probably guaranteeingly win a cup this year or next year with that contract.
Yeah.
Like, it has nothing to do with Vancouver. Like, if you love Vancouver, go back and sign with them. There's if you get traded, there's no way you don't win a Stanley Cup or get to a cup final. I don't think he loves Vancouver.
I don't think he loves Vancouver, but yeah.
I'm getting to the point where I don't even know if it matters about if Vancouver wants to keep him or not. Because, I think it's more, I think he knows and everybody knows that they could win a cup with him.
I'm leaning more.
And why wouldn't they do it?
Yeah, I'm leaning to agree with you.
I like to bring up Pittsburgh with JT Miller because you guys can trade JT Miller or Jason Zucker and just give them however many picks they want and whatever conditions they want with it. Just you won't not win a cup. You will win a cup this year or next year. You will.
Barring injury,
if you have JT Miller, your team will definitely sign with you for a 1-year contract next year just to go for it again. This is that's just one scenario. So
that's a good point.
I think it's inevitable. You have to trade JT Miller. It has nothing to do with if you want to keep him. It's the fact that every other team in the NHL could probably win a cup with him on their team.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. Slightly different, agreeing, mainly the same though. For me, thinking of JT Miller, I think you nailed on the head. You need JT Miller out based on age. I think you gotta take that. The way Arizona's dealing Chychrun and trying to move him now because they know they can get King's ransom.
Actively
really have to trade Miller now. Teams will pay up the ass for the extra year. You have to do it now. I agree. I thought about you could trade him next year for a first and a prospect or something pretty decent, but
you could get two
first round picks this year,
a conditional second or something like that.
You might be able to get first round pick, a second round pick, a prospect, and a conditional pick.
Yeah.
Like they could get Kings ransom.
First round picks in a row, but like you could get like a 2022
2025,
and a 2024 or something, or
why not?
Go even like and get like a
top
conditional
10,
pick if
top 5
protected
or whatever. Like I think I agree with you. I said don't trade him. Let's get King's ransom. I think you will, no matter what. If you trade him, I think you win that trade no matter what. If you're Vancouver, because unless you're winning the cup in the next 2 years, literally, because I don't think he would resign.
Yeah. Well, let's be serious. Like, if he wins a cup, what if he comes back to Vancouver? Like, Vancouver needs next year off. Like, they're going to take next year off.
Yeah, they do.
They're going to get some cap space here at the deadline and try to figure things out next year and see what they want to do going forward. What if JT Miller is a free agent then, and you can give him $10 million for a year and your team's looking good, and you might, or a couple years or something, just to see if you can go for the cup quick. Like,
that's a good point.
I feel like it's a win-win for everyone.
I agree.
Know it's ridiculous, risky to think that Miller would come back, and if you're relying on that,
you don't rely on
Vancouver
that,
to try to win within the next closer sort of time frame. That's kind of what you would hope on, but man, I think I hate to say it, but it's the best thing for not just Vancouver, but it is for JT Miller. Actually, it probably would be for Vancouver.
I think everyone wins in a JT Miller trade. I don't see a team that loses this deal, if I'm being honest. Miller's too good, and the value you're giving up for him is a lot, but you get 2 years of playoff elite caliber center, winger, whatever you want. Where do you, like, and he can, I love this. I like that. Trade Miller. But moving on, and then what are you guys' thoughts on the Klingberg deal with Toronto? By the way, Klingberg deal, I should say, not the. I don't think this is a good approach.
No,
at all.
No, he's not.
Even for a rental. Even for a rental, like they're like, Muzzin's down. We need to. It's like
get Gio.
They're not the same. Yeah, if you're gonna try and at least go somewhat similar, you go Gio over Klingberg.
I still think they should do what we said. Get Colin Miller. Like, I think that's I don't know if you go any further than that, because getting a left-handed D-man like Gio or something like that, like, he fills in Muzzin's shoes, but once it comes to playoffs, like, don't you want to play Sandin? And Sandin, out of him and Liljegren, is the one you could play, right?
Yeah, I think what you do.
Or are you not?
Can you play a guy? Can you play them on the left or on the right? Sorry, one of them. One of those three being.
Muzzin, Gio, or
Sandin.
Sandin. I think Sandin might be able to.
I'm sure.
Sandin and Gio on the bottom.
That's not bad. I'm sure, right? That's what I'm thinking. The reason why I like Gio is because I don't know. Hopefully, Jordan can give us. Do you have any news on Muzzin for the injury corner coming up, or no? Nothing yet.
I think so. Yes, I think so.
Okay, cool. That'll be nice to know. So we'll see, I guess. But let's just skip through. I don't have very much else. Obviously. You do? Cool. I just got a couple more things to note. Like we just mentioned, Mark Giordano, very likely to be moved. It sounds like he wants to go. Francis kind of wants to deal him out. They already had the discussion, so very, very likely he's traded, obviously, Mark Giordano. And then finally I got one, making his return, maybe jumping the lead for the injury corner, but Colin White is to make his season debut tonight against Canadians, so...
I thought he played already and scored. I think he played and scored already, dog.
Where I read it said his debut. Maybe he played yesterday. Maybe I completely...
Ottawa,
did he come back?
When the hell did they play? I swear I saw him score because I was all like, what? He's playing? Yeah, Colin White played against Canadians.
Okay, so it was the past Canadians game. Sorry, I missed that. So that was his first game back. So huge awesome news, is back. It is huge news to have him back.
The old Hamburglar making 26 saves.
That's what I want to talk about too.
Back at her again.
In Ottawa. Hamburglar getting it. And they threw hamburgers on the ice again. I fucking loved it. I can't believe I forgot to bring that up in my quick rips. I had that on my notes. I forgot to talk about it. I fucking love this guy. And I love Ottawa for that. Because it's amazing.
Yeah, they give him a wicked review.
So funny. I think it's great. Oh, and then obviously can't forget this. Sean Avery was released by the Solar Bears.
2 days.
2 days. Yeah, 2 days he got. So
I wonder how many jerseys they sold.
I'm kind of curious, but no.
I'd say at least 50.
Yeah, that's good for the ECHL.
Dude, there's guaranteeingly like 1,000 or 10,000 hardcore Sean Avery fans. Like,
that's amazing.
We're talking, he was a New York Ranger. Like, there's millions of people there. You got 1,000 guaranteed people just clamoring for that jersey.
Absolutely.
Hell, there's people on Twitter tweeting, "How do I get a jersey?"
Get one custom made if you really want.
Yeah, you could just get a. That's what the guy commented to.
Just put a name on the back of a Solar Bears jersey. It costs like $40 to get that.
Just get created jerseys if you want.
Yeah, like it's not out of this realm. But anyways, that's all I got for this. Jordan, should we dive into your injury corner?
Oh,
all right, here we go.
All right.
Here we go.
Did you want to start with the Shillington video?
Yeah, I should. Do you want to just discuss it a little bit? And do you have any news on him? Because I can bring it up.
Shillington, he takes a scary fall. All things look, it wasn't intentional. I can't remember who he fell over. He fell back into the boards. He hit his head on the boards, and it looks really bad. When we show it, it looks genuinely scary.
Yes, it does.
But after we watch it here, I'll let you know what the news is.
Yeah, absolutely. Shillington is the left-sided D-man in Calgary skating backwards here.
Himself, Hartman carries in 1-on-2. Tries to drive around Shillington. Shillington is then tossed into the boards.
Is that Ryan Hartman?
I believe so. Yes, it is. Ryan Hartman, obviously, completely unintentional from Ryan Hartman.
It looked like he just trips over him.
Yeah, awful. This looked so scary. Shillington.
But signs are that he is all right.
That's good.
Obviously, concussion. You'd expect that. That's
I was worried about a broken neck. The way he hit the boards.
In terms of like serious damage, it looks like the only thing he's gonna have to deal with is just the concussion. So
that's
very lucky.
Absolutely. It looks scary. So scary. The Shillington play.
Like he literally flies back and his head like folds at the boards. It looks terrifying.
Absolutely.
It was sketchy.
Very sketchy.
Yeah, really happy that obviously it could have been so much worse and it's not. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mario Ferrero is the next name I've got.
This one sucked.
6 to 8 weeks, so that leads him around April, I believe. He got pushed awkwardly into the boards by Taylor Hall against Boston. And due to that, he had to have surgery to repair a fracture in his left fibula.
Yeah. This Taylor Hall guy just 2 people down. Hey,
really embracing the dirty Bruins player. Like, holy!
You gotta start using your body, Hall, and he just starts hurting people. Hey, no, stop using your body.
It's so good. Yeah, it's. Yeah, it's tough. Oh man, he's been amazing, Mario Ferrero. Like he's been their best defenseman this year, San Jose, probably by a lot actually. It sucks. That's really sucks.
Hey, they went a half a year without somebody key getting hurt for like a long period of time, which is pretty good for the San Jose.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Texier, he'll be out till mid-March with a finger injury, so not too bad, but obviously a bit of a blow for a Columbus team
just sucks that it hits his development a little bit because I really like him and I want to see him like play and score, but anyways.
Tony DeAngelo, this one's a bit interesting. There's not too much info. He'll be out at least a month with some sort of midsection injury. That is all.
That's all I read too.
Yeah, just a midsection injury. That's all Brindamore has said. So,
it's not good for my fantasy team, man. He's been lighting it up.
Yeah, I'm super happy about fantasy hockey now. But no, I like this for Ethan Bear. If I'm being honest, I wonder if Ethan Bear can get some top minutes.
He played a decent amount. Played pretty good. Last game.
I want to see him play a lot more minutes now that DeAngelo's out. Like this is a prime opportunity to see if Bear can be a top 4 guy for you. to replace even D'Angelo himself next year.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I brought up him going to being in a trade with Klingberg, because like maybe he can fill those types of shoes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And this is a good little test.
Good test to see if he's got it.
To do so. And like I said, I think he played quite a bit. It's kind of weird that happened when it did, because they played the Oilers.
Oh yeah.
Which was like his former team, and that was like his first game that he actually got to play. Like 17 minutes he played that game.
Yeah.
Team
that gave up on him.
0. Wow, that's pretty, yeah, exactly. No, that's pretty cool. Like, what are the chances? What are the chances? Yeah, no. I hope he lights it up. That's what I should be doing. Where am I here? Picking up Ethan Bear is what I'm doing, boys.
Yeah. So on to the aforementioned Jake Muzzin. What we know is that he'll be out until the end of March with a concussion. So it's not as bad as things could have been, but the end of March is at least a month away. So.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Then that changes things for the deadline, that's for sure.
Yeah, he won't be out longer term. It looks like just a month because of concussion protocols.
Honestly, and I wonder if they should no, I'm even saying this for the cap space of it all. I wonder if he should sit out till playoffs, get fully healthy. Fact that he gets hurt so much
athletes often rush back into it and they're not fully healthy, and we've seen plenty of things happen.
This team is fine without him for the regular season right now. Let him be without him. If you can hold him off as long as you can from coming back, just to get him healthy.
Yep. Final big blow. This is Tarasov's season ender.
Shit, yeah.
We just talked about him being pretty good for Columbus.
He
had surgery to repair an injured right hip. So he is expected to make a complete full recovery in 6 months.
That sucks.
But obviously 6 months rehab time, that does suck. Especially for a younger guy who's looking to make his break into the league.
Yeah, he was really
good man. In 4 games, this guy, technically just 3 games started. But this guy's got a .937 save percentage and a 2.4 goals against average. Just super epic for the 3 games he played.
Yeah, very good.
So hopefully the full recovery will be what we see, and we obviously want to see him back in a Columbus uniform as soon as possible. So
absolutely, completely agree.
The final bit of news we've got is a bit of an update. Alexander Edler could make his return in March from his long-term injury.
That's a good thing. I like that you brought that up, because I've been wondering, with Ole Mata playing so good and the way Edler's been pretty good for this team, why do they need another defenseman? Are they not going to play Mickey Anderson?
He's playing.
How much better is this random fill-in Sherratt, Letty, or think of your names or whatever, the medium ones, not Chikrin or Lindholm?
I don't think they
get much better by swapping Mata or Edler for Letty or some shit. No, I don't.
If I'm being honest,
I'm getting a little strange on them and the Rangers. How do you fix or make your defense better without taking out guys you want to play?
Well,
you're just not going to play Sean Durzi in the playoffs just because you'd feel better with a different a veteran right-handed D-man? Probably not. You're going to play him.
Yeah, I don't.
Are you just going to randomly not trust Mickey Anderson to play with Doughty in the playoffs?
He's the guy.
No, you're not.
To me, Mickey Anderson's out of these guys on their ELCs on the defense, he's the last one I take out on this defense.
Yeah, exactly.
I loved all of them. Bjornfot's been great. Durzi, obviously. But
I've been all for trading Mata and getting a better defenseman until he's played
good.
How he's played. He doesn't. What do you need? Unless you want to get a point getting defenseman or something, maybe Letty is that.
I don't know why you
extra
want that
level
when you
have Meta.
I don't think you need that. Really? You have Doughty, you got Durzi, you got Bjornfot, who's got some offensive game. I don't think you need
what
that.
I'm getting at is, if you ain't trading for chicken, for the chicken,
you gotta make that hockey card. That's gotta be a hockey card now.
I'll write it down.
Jacob Chicken hockey card is happening.
The crazy chicken.
Jacob Chicken. Oh my lord.
Yeah, I think that's the only guy you trade for. I think it has to be an upper echelon player or a bust if you're LA. Right?
That is chicken with a Y.
With a Y. Chicken with a Y. Oh God. Yeah, I agree. I don't think they need that depth D-man. I like what they're doing. I don't hate bringing in a guy for cheap again. Just sixth guy.
Exactly. Like
just
an extra guy.
Like
a body. Never.
You will be playing a lot of young guys in the playoffs for the first time. They're not gonna be all running and gunning perfect the whole time. You're probably gonna need to sit one for a game or two in the playoffs if they have that bad of a game. I think you just gotta have that option to sit one of them, right? I don't think you need to go like crazy with it unless you want Chikrin, obviously. But if you get Chikrin, but if you get Chikrin, I bet I wouldn't be surprised if Bjornfoot or someone's in that deal.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
so I wouldn't be too fussed after that.
Interesting.
Yeah, very. Anyways, Jordan, you got any more?
That's all.
That's all you got for your injury corner?
All I got.
Cool. Well, I got one thing. I'm gonna play a clip from Jets. We can take very little time on it. Long. We'll see how it goes on time. If it doesn't go very long, I got another small quick question I can ask you, and then we'll jump into your armchair, Jordan. So, while I get this ready here.
I will tell you that the home teams were 17-4-1 with our last podcast. So
there you go.
Not sucking.
Not completely sucking. So, here we are. This is Blake Wheeler talking to a reporter and seeing how tense things are in Winnipeg.
When things go good, nobody says a word about you. When things go bad, it's your fault. So I'm comfortable. If you need to write a negative story, you can write it about me. No different than in the past. So I think the fact that still here talking to you instead of doing something else speaks volumes.
Okay, well, I mean that comes with the assumption that you feel like you haven't gotten any praise while your time here.
I was just, I guess, being a little bit sarcastic. That's not so much
because you're celebrated here quite often.
Okay. I mean, are you looking to get into a pissing match, you and I?
Absolutely not. You're the one who started off, man. I asked you a question. A lot of talk about
when things go good, no.
There's Blake Wheeler.
Canadian reporters have been special this year.
That was weird.
That was weird. I'm against both people. I think, I understand the frustration from Wheeler. They are very hard on Canadian teams, and media are very hard on teams, as they typically are. That's not new, but he kind of brought it up himself, seemingly, Wheeler, a little bit. And to end it, I didn't like how the reporter just got so defensive about it. It's like, I was just asking you a question. It's like, you don't need to get defensive. Just be like, oh, no, I just asked you a question, but that's okay. Can you say it that way? You don't have to be like up in arms, like, whoa. Like, nobody cares.
Because Blake Wheeler.
Because Blake Wheeler got a little sarcastic.
Also assuming what he means is usually not a good idea. It's like, so you did that. Well, then that must mean that.
Yeah, that like, absolutely. Saying by saying that, you must disbelieve the opposite then. Well, no, I didn't bring up the fact.
Oh, well, then that must mean you're fully hardcore into this.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I gotta go that way.
What Wheeler was saying, and the fact that it is true, when things are going well, it's less talked about than when things are going bad, especially for a good team. And Wheeler, at the end of the day, is the leader of this Jets team. And Wheeler will take it on the chin when they are doing bad, and he will take it personally because he doesn't want, especially those younger guys, to feel that sort of pressure to be blasted because they're not doing good, right? Wheeler is a vet. He will take that night in and night out because that's his job. And he's that kind of guy. So I can certainly respect that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just the Canadian media this year has just been very
weird.
And this seems like the biggest cop out, but hear me out for a second. Do we think that this might be a little bit of just getting used to after pandemic stuff of they weren't seeing each other face to face for a year and a half, right? I'm not trying to say here we're not they're okay, they're not at fault for what they're saying, but we haven't really been social as human beings the past 2 years at all. at all. We have lost a lot of social skills as human beings in the past couple of years. In certain people, at least.
Being a guy like that, where your job
every day
is talking to people
daily, and many people. And then it just kind of stops. There's a less connection through Zoom and such. Like, I get it. It's I get it, but but that's my theory of why the Canadian media has been a little loopy this year. At times, just over asking or over analyzing stuff at times,
or just reacting weird,
like asking about the game.
And the Draisaitl situation have been really weird.
Yeah, and these two are very fiery players, so it's worth noting that they will stand up. But no, I think that's a good point. I would like to dive into the Jets, but we don't have a lot of time to do so, and Chase is probably to talk about them in a podcast or two. So let's dive into our final segment. And I will throw it over to you, Jordan, and you can talk about your armchair. What do you got for us?
I'm happy to kick this off. We have got Chicago today.
Do you have a theme for this team? Or better. Not really. Just get
Let's
better.
make them better. That's pretty much where I went. I didn't want to blow it up. It's not Montreal. They're not in the same position.
Start off by firing the entire staff.
Yeah.
And hiring new ones.
That'd be interesting. But instead, let's kick it off with some deadline moves.
Let's do it.
The big one, let's kick it with the first one. Marc-Andre Fleury. I am sending him retained 50% plus a 2023 second round pick to Minnesota for their 2022 first.
Their second round pick or Tampa's second round pick?
The Chicago one from 2023.
Okay. Good.
Ooh.
Fleury retained in a second for a first from Minnesota.
If Minnesota want the goalie, I'm game. Because I will tell you why. Because I've been
hearing that he's Minnesota are one of the teams in on Fleury right now.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've heard that they were talking about him because they might as well ask.
Yeah, I'm okay with. I'm not against that because you're basically dropping 15 picks in 2 years in a year.
I'm pretty sure you can just put. I don't think Kakinen's waiver eligible, so unless he is, so they could probably.
I have no
just
idea.
Stuff him down and then just play Marc-Andre Fleury. So, I think you could get away with giving
waiver
him
exempt,
the Tampa second pick for sure. I think you could get away with that.
Yeah, I think
instead of giving your own second round pick, I think you could give him the Tampa 2023.
Yeah.
They might even be able to. I wonder
keep the higher.
If you could go to a third.
Now because
that's kind of what I've done with Fleury. Is I've done that before, a first for a third sort of thing.
This is a deep draft, though, right? This is a very good draft.
Yeah, and that's something
a late second. I'm okay with Tampa's second. I think a late
Chicago's got like 3 third-round picks here. They got an Oilers, Vegas, and a Toronto, so they could give the latest one up or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's fine. I think
I do feel
fine.
like I don't think you're getting Fleury for straight a first-round pick. I think you will have to add a pick to
exactly
move up-ish or something like that. Or
I'm okay with it. If I'm being honest from not even a trade standpoint, this trade standpoint for me is fine. I like the trade. A Minnesota standpoint, I don't understand the Fleury of it all. I understand kicking tires.
They're interested.
Yeah, I like it. I like it for Minnesota because I feel
if you can get Talbot out,
with Fleury in there,
I would want Fleury and Kakinen if I can. If you can somehow get Talbot out, that'd be amazing. He's not been bad, but I think Kakinen's been way better.
Yeah, well, that could be like an off-season thing, and maybe a keep Fleury. It'd be kind of cool. But no, I like the idea. I like him going to Minnesota because they could use a veteran, man. They really could.
Yeah,
and I'm getting worried they're gonna miss out on everybody that is actually they're not gonna pay out the ass for Giroux with these guys. So I think they're gonna miss out on a lot of guys, and they might have to beef up an area they didn't exactly expect to beef up.
I just look at their forward group, and I think that's where they're gonna add. But no, for sure, I think
because the big hiccup with Fleury is Edmonton, because there's that whole conditional Edmonton pick and stuff, and if you trade, it's hard to make that Chicago Edmonton deal.
Yeah.
So it might be easier to do this.
Try to avoid Edmonton because Fleury won't want to go to Canada. It's as simple as that. I don't think Fleury will want to go to Canada. As well, I don't think he wants to go to Washington because of the rivalry. Yeah. So I tried to avoid both Canada and Washington.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams. There's a lot of teams, honestly, you have to avoid.
I do think this is a fairly likely bet for how things play out, just because most of the teams do have goalies, and if it's not Edmonton, probably Minnesota. I don't know who else would be really looking for. What do you trade? Trade Mrazek for Fleury?
So I would. I would do that.
You know, trying to.
If I'm the Leafs, I 100% do that.
I would do that every day of the week.
Well, not straight up.
No, obviously, but I think upgrading that and having that as your 1-2 going to the playoffs is better than anything the Leafs could hope for.
Yeah, that's. But anyways, let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on to the next trade.
Next deadline trade we've got, I'm calling up the Rangers. I am sending them a Ryan Carpenter and a 2022 third-round pick that's owned to Toronto in exchange for Julien Gauthier and a 2022 fifth-round pick. So basically, they upgrade their fifth to a third, and they get Ryan Carpenter instead of Julien Gauthier.
I'm okay with that. It's just a depth move that I don't think it's egregious at all. Like,
just a good depth move. That's what I want.
It just depends on what New York valued Gauthier. Like I've heard some people value him extremely high, whereas I don't as much. I think he's an NHL player, but I don't think.
I think he's an NHL bottom six.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think he's much else. I've heard.
I don't mind his offensive upside. You said Carpenter in the third for him in the fifth.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not bad.
So they upgrade their fifth to a third, and they get Ryan Carpenter instead.
Yeah, honestly, you might have to.
What's Carpenter like? What's Carpenter look like this year? Is he right-handed?
He's been right. He's right-handed, buddy. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I like Carpenter, but he hasn't been too impressive. But he can be. Like that's the thing. I like how he plays. He works hard, man.
Right? Ryan Carpenter would be very good.
I like this trade a lot. The more I look into Carpenter, I think he can be a really good depth guy. What they need.
I'm the Rangers. If I'm the Rangers, I'm a little skeptical on giving you the fifth.
Yeah.
I think I'd be more okay with like a sixth or a seventh at max. Sure. Like I might not want to give a pick. That's where I don't know. Like you said, what is his value? How do you feel about Gauthier?
Yeah, exactly. It's personal preference. If it's between a pick or so off, then
that's
good.
Something I could definitely work around.
Oh, absolutely. There's gonna be negotiations.
It's somebody that Chicago could use. It is like
it's someone both I think could actually use, and the Rangers get a free pick out of it. So
yeah. They upgrade.
Yeah, and I'm not sure about Carpenter's future with this team if he's actually going to stick around or not. He hasn't really popped off as much as you kind of hope he would.
If you're not doing great on a team right now when there's opportunity, I think you just got to move on.
Yep.
But yeah.
The next one I did on deadline, the second to last. This one is with Toronto. I am sending Calvin DeHaan at 50% retention, plus a 2022 fourth-round pick, Chicago's, in exchange for Mikhail Abramov and a 2022 second. So I upgrade my fourth to a second, and I send them retained Calvin DeHaan for Abramov.
Oh, I think that might be a little much. The second seems that if I'm a GM and someone says I want an okay for a prospect who I'm totally cool trading, like Abramov's not an issue. But if you threw a second with it for just DeHaan,
I figured that's the upgrade.
Yeah, it just kind of makes me go, yikes! A second. I would like to use that second for another deal. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean,
what about I
would do a third.
Would you do a third and no pick that you have to give the Leafs? I'd be way more comfortable giving up a third, but no, I don't know what the Leafs have for a third round pick, obviously, but.
Yeah.
I just don't like giving up.
At the end of the day, all it comes down to is just the picks.
I'm okay with DeHaan coming over. I a lot of Leaf fans actually probably would be, but yeah, giving up next year's third maybe for 50% DeHaan and obviously
an Abramov.
I think you'd have to give up the second if you're getting a fourth and DeHaan.
No, I took out the pick. I was saying.
Okay.
I say let me give up a third, but I don't want to pick back.
Oh yeah, no, that's G. That sounds about rightish.
It's just because the second's just a little too much.
Yeah, Yeah, no, and
I'm a little unsure about this Abramov. We'll see what
he's
the
a
old
skilled
Dauber is.
He's a skilled little forward. He's 22,
23? 6.5 NHL certainty. That's pretty good. 7.5 fantasy.
I don't
upside, boys.
Yeah.
So this guy's something possibly.
He's something possibly. He was a third round pick, second,
fourth.
Fourth. Okay, fourth. Still, yeah, he's not bad, but I've never been too high on him.
I haven't been too high, but I definitely wouldn't mind the prospect on.
Yeah, absolutely. Chicago side of it. It's cool.
Clearly, he's like offensive or something.
Yeah,
like that.
He scores.
High ceiling playmaker. So I guess that's pretty cool. No, that's good move.
Yeah, the second to last one. I have a theme of liking to upgrade picks, I guess. I'm sending my 2022 6th round pick plus Eric Gustafsson to Carolina for the 4th.
Yeah, I'm okay with
that. So Gustafsson basically upgrades my 6th to a 4th.
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not egregious by any means. Like, if any team is willing to do that, then you make that trade, right? Like,
yeah, he's a depth guy. That's a good vet. Be helpful in the playoffs. So
maybe, yes. If they need some extra power play help and some puck moving, yeah, for sure.
Yep. I just want to get some value for him, basically.
No, what? I don't hate Carolina with Gustafsson. I think that would be a decent fit, actually. I like that pick. I like that team choice.
And then the final deadline move. Or no, wait. That was it, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. I forgot the other one. I changed it to draft night. So that's my deadline.
Interesting.
I have 2 draft night moves coming.
All right.
We'll do the bigger one first. I'm calling back New York. The Rangers are on the phone again. And I want their first round pick. This year, it's 27. Pick 27.
Ooh, so they went far.
Yeah, they went pretty far.
That's cool.
I'm sending them Dominic Kubalik and a 2022 5th for their 2022 first.
Ooh. Oh, I actually like that. Well, that's his. Is he an RFA, Coobs?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has some term.
He's an RFA. What is he?
You'd probably have to give up one of your couple 3rd round picks to push yourself up there. I don't think Coobs is getting you that high.
Yeah.
Just from how
throw in a third.
Like his stock just hasn't rose this year.
No,
he could
be gone down this year.
He's flattened out.
And then, what do you think they do, like, for a contract? Because the Rangers would obviously have to sign him. He's controlled his contract, but
probably my guess would be like a year or 2 at $2 million.
He's making
like maybe you can
right
maybe
now,
a trade
for
because
yeah, but you could qualify that and walk to free agency if you really want. Like that, I'm just playing devil's advocate, right? Like, what would he?
Yeah, no, like in all reality, he might.
Maybe
he wants to be there. Like in all reality, if you get traded there, maybe
that's fair.
Maybe like you're feeling pretty good about being there.
Maybe 2
Hasn't
years
had a great
at like
year.
2.5 or something.
Like he might take a deal that's a nice cheap deal because he knows what they're going through and he knows what the opportunity he has.
Yeah, and maybe with a couple of years, take 2-3 years and stay on a good team and. Then
maybe the deal is good because
I'm okay with the deal.
This guy lit it up the first year.
Changing maybe.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with that. I like adding a third, like Chase said. I'm cool with that. I just was curious about his contract because this is it's a very tough contract to actually decide. So but yeah, no,
it is, right because he hasn't been good.
Yeah, I like though getting a first from I think they should move on.
I don't know whoever trades.
If I'm not getting a first for Kubalik, I would much rather keep him.
Yeah, no doubt, man. The way he's played, exactly. He's the first 2 years he's played, like,
and he's 26.
Man, if whoever trades for this guy is gonna reap some benefits.
I think they could. Yeah, absolutely. Playing with the right.
Or
guys.
Chicago can just hold on to him and hope he gets her going again.
I'm okay with that.
Gotta trade him to the Wings, man. He's a Czech. Let's go. Let's go
for a first.
Yeah, you want him for a first, buddy?
I ain't giving you a first.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll probably get a first round pick out of this deadline. So yeah, sure.
Out of your Nick Leddy trade and your whatever trades.
Yeah,
Sam Gagner trades.
First round pick. Hey?
Yeah.
I hope you're ready for another depth blockbuster trade because that's my final line.
What do you got for us?
Wyatt Kalynuk is headed to Tampa Bay plus my 2023 7th round pick in exchange for this year's 2022 5th round pick and Remy Eli.
Remy Eli.
Can you say it again? Sorry, one more time.
So basically, I'm sending next year's 7th plus Wyatt Kalnick to Tampa Bay in exchange for this year's 5th and Remy Eli.
So basically just upgrading a pick a little bit.
Pretty much. I'm changing my next year's 7th to this year's. I'd rather have a pick this year than next year. Plus, I'm upgrading it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure. Cool.
I've seen that guy's name before.
I've heard that guy's name before.
He's making 925K, so he must be worth something.
Yeah,
you would think, right?
You would think. I don't know. You'd think. I don't know, man. Like if he plays 30 fucking games in the AHL and 5 in the NHL, I don't know everything about them. Come on now. It's fine.
He's got good NHL certainty. Is from what Dauber's saying.
Dauber?
8.0.
Nice. That's really
offensive minded D man.
How old is he again?
97, so 24, 5-ish or something.
25-ish.
24.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
seems like a nice little piece there, but 14 points, 27 games for the old.
He's a 7th round pick.
Yeah, that's dope. Same with Coobs, hey? Just dope 7th round picks.
Yeah.
What you need.
I mean, it's realistically, it is depth.
It's some random deal.
It is a depth move through and through.
If you really want that pick over him, if you really want, if you want a pick, then I mean, obviously he's 24, so he's fine.
Yeah, like I said, you got Nolan Allen and that Nick Bodine, man. So you really technically don't need that type of player, anyways, unless you want him for your AHL team for
another year or two. Yeah, forever, exactly.
Sweet up. So
sweet up.
What pick did you get? What's your number?
Those were the
number 1.
We had
right. What did your pick turn into? Because it isn't yours.
Oh yeah, right. You didn't get a pick. Oh.
Well, he does have a first round, but sorry.
Well, yeah,
we have
he traded for it.
Rangers pick. So pick 25 and pick 27.
Oof.
The first pick 25.
So you didn't try to trade up.
What was? Do you know what was Columbus's position with Chicago? Oh, that'd been funny if it was
probably would have been like 8 or 7 is my guess.
Oh man, right now
it's like 5 or something.
Yeah,
my projected standings have them Columbus getting the 6th and 10th overall pick.
Yeah, so, if I were just
the league say right now.
I quickly randomly simmed right now, and the first one is around 9. So yeah, it's around 8 to 9.
Yeah, it was around like 8, I think.
Yeah. All right. Anyways, what do you got for your draft?
Technically, right now Chicago's in 8th last.
Yeah.
And
I did a sim with it.
1, 2, 3, 4. So 12, 8, 12. Columbus
that belonged to Minnesota ends up being Philip Mesar.
Mesar, yeah, I like him. Philip Mesar.
Oh man,
Mesar, I like him a lot.
I'm taking him earlier, just so you know.
Yeah, I wonder if he's. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, people drop and fall.
People can drop for sure, man.
This draft is
right now. Everybody's all over the place.
Everywhere's everywhere. Like, where do you guys have those two D-men, first of all? Like, roughly in the draft?
I have them in the top 5. I think I could probably squeeze the one out to 7 or something like that.
I have them in between 5 and 7. Those two D-men. So, like, it's just different.
Yeah, I have Nemec going in the top 5 for sure, and then that Juracek maybe going to 7. That's max. So I just don't see him dropping very far, because there's gonna be, out of 7 teams, there'll be 2 teams that need a fucking defense.
Yeah, I agree.
Defenseman, they'll take him. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't matter how good he is.
Yeah, well, I took him in my Philly team. I took your check in it at 6 or 7 there. So, sorry, Jordan. What do you got first? Philip Mesar and 2 picks later.
2 picks later, exactly. The Rangers pick. I am selecting a fantastic name, a guy who I've been high on, Luca Del Bel Belluz.
Nice.
Luca Del Bel Belluz.
Del Bel Belluz.
Del Bel Belluz.
Nice.
Nice. He's either in the O or the Q. I can't remember now.
That's pretty cool. I don't even know if I've seen this guy's name. That's lit.
Can I? What's his name again? Sorry.
Luca Del Bell Blues.
Del Bell. That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. That is amazing.
Wow. How about that name?
I think he's Canadian.
Woodbridge.
Yeah, that's
Canadian.
Pretty all right, hey.
Mississauga Steelhead.
Yeah, he's an OHL player. Nice. He is ranked anywhere from highest 23 by Craig Button, and lowest like 59 by Draft Prospects. So he's late first, early second, or late first, second round pick.
Man, he's ranked 11th by NHL Central Scouting for North American players.
Oh yeah, wow.
That seems
really
like
high.
A lot.
That seems really high. I just saw that. That's crazy. I tend to follow obviously more of the Bob McKenzie, Craig Button, TSNs and Sportsnet one. Well, Sportsnet's been pretty bad. I didn't like their draft, but yeah, no, good draft. I love that Philip Messar. I really like that Messar.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'd definitely take him earlier. I think I was doing a GM where I took him. I don't remember what it was. It was around mid picks, though, 15 to 20 or something like that.
Yeah,
he seems good.
He goes anywhere from 10 to 20. Messar.
But yeah, he seems to be like even close to 30 and stuff like that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes once we get closer.
Yeah, because this draft is weird. There's gonna be players that jump like last year's, right?
There's a lot of guys, like everyone. The prospect I'm hearing out of this next draft, Slavkovsky, is the number one man talked about right now after the
I've heard somebody say he's not as good as everybody.
No, I don't think he's quite as good either, but I think he's still gonna be a good hockey player.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype on him. So
there's a lot of hype on him.
It was just crazy to hear somebody say.
Reminds me a little bit of Philip Zadina of this draft, where he's rising very fast for one good season or one good tournament or something.
I see.
So,
all right, on to the off season. Free agency is a bit, dare I say, wacky with this team.
I'm intrigued
First thing I am doing, I'm buying out Tyler Johnson.
Holy shit!
Oh, nice.
I bet you didn't see that.
I didn't expect a buyout coming at all.
I am buying out Tyler Johnson.
Interesting.
So let's look out long term. In 2022, that's only going to cost me $1 million. Happy days. 2022-23, it cost me near $3 million. That's the most expensive. It's 2.8. 2023, it falls to 1.8 million, and then from 2024 through 2027, it's 1.5 million.
Yeah, that's not that bad of a buyout.
No, it's the only year it's gonna suck is the 2022-23 season, where it's 2.8 million. That's the only year that it's gonna suck. Every other year, it's very manageable.
Yeah, 2023-24 season, you said that is, and I'm. Not really.
2022-23.
It's the last year of the Kane and Taves deal. That year you can easily make something work for a season. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm buying it. Tyler Johnson first thing.
I mean, I understand it. I don't know if you can trade him.
I don't think I can move him. Simply put.
I don't know if
I'd probably wait a year.
Yeah, if you
personally,
could.
I'd probably try to wait the year out and then buy him out the next year.
Yeah,
but it's not like it saves you any money. It's actually, if you buy them out the next year, it's 1.8 mil and then 1.5 mil. So it's actually more expensive those 2 years, but you don't have that extra year. Yeah, it'd probably be worth doing it the next year. I can't stand buying somebody out with their 2 years left when it affects you for 4 years.
Yeah, the Edmonton screwed by James Neal so bad, right?
Like that one makes me mad.
Yeah,
but
me too.
It is something they could do. It's not like they have any other buyouts on what's going on. And if they want to flip it around, I'm sure they could use the extra couple mil, right?
And
just flip this team around. Sorry.
The best part too is DeBrincat's extension, like needing extension the year after the big year of the money. So yeah, I'm obviously okay with it. I'm shocked because I'm like, wow. Now I'm thinking of Tyler Johnson. Like
definitely something I ummed and awed about, but it was what I did.
Is he gonna sign like a Ryan Suter contract after Tyler Johnson, 4 years at $3 million, just because it's slightly less valued in his original contract?
basically.
But sorry, continue. What else you got?
Yeah,
for the
so then
Holy shit.
I made 3 free agent purchases.
Alrighty, what you got?
The first name is one we're all well familiar with, the Holt Beast. Braden Holtby is coming to Chicago, 3 years at $3 million.
Nice, you're really paying him.
Yep.
Very generous.
Not bad. That's a good deal.
Agency, Holtby's going to be wanted, so I might have to pay a little more.
That's fair.
Plus, I don't mind bringing him in for a couple years to be a solid vet goalie.
Oh yeah, I don't think it's a bad contract. I think it's a very generous deal, though. But yeah, if you're comfortable with him being there for 3 years, then I'm comfortable with it too. Then
the biggest free agent purchase, Nino Niederreiter. I'm bringing him in at 3 years at $4.4 million.
Yeah, Nino, that's solid. I like Nino. That's way better than TJ, bro. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I guess he's got Nino's solid. He's been really good for the Carolina.
He's been a really good defensive winger this year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, if you turn him to a shutdown winger with like, I don't know, maybe
how much did you say again?
$4.4 million for 3 years.
How old is he? 28, 29? How old is this man, Nino?
Yeah, he'd be around there.
Nino is 29. Coming off a $5.25 million deal.
Oh, that's somebody they need. They just need anybody with experience.
I like the term.
Middle six.
I love the term. 3 years is perfect.
Yeah, I think that's the right amount of term for him.
Yeah, 4.5.
I don't think Carolina's going to be able to keep him.
I don't either.
All the guys, I don't think
they can afford him.
There's a world they can keep him.
So. No, I don't either. So yeah, I'm okay with maybe up to $5 million.
Sure.
Just to sure.
Well,
just to lock it down and free.
Yeah, it's not much, but I'm okay with it.
I'd be absolutely willing to pay it. So.
Yeah, if it's under probably 5. What is making now, pretty much. If it's under what
he's
this
making
year,
5.5.
5.25. So just
5.25 right now. Okay.
So if he makes under that or under again, I'm totally happy. I think he's slightly overpaid now, but not much.
Yeah. Hey.
But yeah,
the final free agent I'm bringing in is a bit of a vet. Eric Gudbranson. I'm bringing him in at $1.5 million for a year.
I actually really do not hate that because this defense is abysmal in front of their net. Oh my god, they can't do anything.
Yeah, him and Murphy as the PK defensive guys on the right side. That's awesome. That's what.
And then you got
way better.
Yeah,
just bringing him in on a cheaper deal just to be a big vet for us to be a good defensive.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. It's a good depth guy. He's an NHLer, so Calgary's shown that for sure. Cool.
My contracts are interesting. That's where I.
We got. Who do we got here? We got a bit of that.
Dylan
Strome. Kirby Dach. Oh yes.
Give him $1.
Give me all of this. What do we got?
Let's start on we'll move up. We'll deal with Dach and Strome last because I feel that's interesting.
Absolutely.
The newly acquired Julien Gauthier, I'm giving him 1 year at $1 million.
Yep. Fair.
Reasonable.
Yeah.
See what he can bring to my team, and if he brings me more, he'll get paid more.
And honestly,
Lankinen, I'm doing 1 year at 1.25.
Love it.
Because of the buyout from Tyler Johnson, I don't want to lock anything up unless I'm certain of it.
Yeah, and Lankinen's a guy he could realistically become a number 1 goalie. There's obvious. Yeah. I don't think it's a high-end chance. A lot needs to happen, but I think he has that capability. So I think 1 year.
Yeah, him and Vanacek seem like the same goalies. Hey,
yeah,
really just stuck in that middle ground of
we're gonna be very good, but not yet.
Yeah, man.
Sam Lafferty.
So is Chicago.
2 years at $950K.
Yep, it's fair.
Sammy.
Yeah, man. He's actually playing a lot.
You better sign him. You traded Alex Nylander for him.
Oh yeah. He's doing pretty decent.
Caleb Jones is getting 1 year at $900K.
I almost would give him 1.1, but
sure, I'd up it to 1K.
I don't know. He's had such a good season for them. I've been really impressed with him.
It's weird. I always
playing with Seth Jones.
Yeah,
it's so funny how I've done this several years in a row where it's I'll give that guy gets a mil, and then every year all these guys just take under 925, every single one of them.
Right?
You think they're $1 million players while you're watching all year, and then it gets to the off season, and then they just sign them to 800 something or 750 or whatever the hell, and you're just like, well, this guy's worth more than that.
And then there's a random guy out there who just gets signed, Riley Stillman, 1.3.
Yeah, and then like Dylan Gambrell or somebody gets 1.1. It's like, why him out of like everybody? Like, there's so many guys that probably deserve $1 million, but he's the one that gets it.
So I don't know. It's
so like what I'm trying to say is all the guys that you're talking about giving $1 million to probably easily get them for like 850 or 900K for some reason, because that's just how it works seemingly. They like look at these guys and they're like, you're bottom, you're gonna play like 8 minutes all year, so no, this is as much as we give you. Like,
yeah, it's just some young guys. It's just some of the young guys. I'm like, just pay. They're progressing. Show that they're progressing. Hey? Like, you don't have to break your bank. 1.2 for 2 years of Caleb Jones is fine. Nobody's hurt by that, and he's earned it. He's earned $1 million for what he's done this year. So, anyway,
it's just amazing how little amount of $1 million contracts there are.
It's so ridiculous at times, but whatever. What do you got for us, Jordan? What else?
A year of Reese Johnson at 900K.
Yeah. Well, but can't argue anymore. He's gonna get $600 this year.
And then we move into the 3 contracts that are pricier. Philip Kurashev is the first one.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued.
I'm offering him $1.5 million for 3 years.
Another guy you could probably just get away with giving him $850 or $925 or something.
I don't think you could for 3 years though. Is the thing.
But for 3 years, I guess.
I like that. I very much like that because it resembles the Hagel deal. Or the Hagel deal. Like high upside. Kurashev's that type of guy, high risk, high reward. Very much that. And
I like the risk on Kurashev.
I like Kurashev. If I'm a team and I'm able to steal him away, I try my damnedest.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm pretty high on Kurashev, so yeah, if that could definitely turn into a bagel contract.
So that's where I'm okay with it. Even if you want to go like 4 years, 5 years at 2, but anyways, 1.5 is great.
Kirby Doc is the next name that we've got. 3 years at $3 million.
Yeah.
What do we think?
Maybe less years, but maybe 2 years, I'd say at that, because he's got that high end skill capable, but he hasn't shown it, so you're not gonna pay him for it. Yeah, I say 2
years is value.
I'd do that.
2 years at 3. I would say.
If I was management, I'd be all over that.
I'm all over 3 years at 3 if I'm management, but if I'm Kirby Doc, I say no.
I think he'd be okay with that.
I don't know about 3 years. 2 years, just you want to get paid a little sooner.
Kirby Doc on my team is the end goal, so whatever he wants, basically. 2 or 3 years is fine with me.
Yeah, for me, it's 2 years at $3 million because I don't think Kirby would say yes to 3 years at 3. Maybe 3 years at 4 or 3 years at 3.8 or something, but I think it just the price goes up by each year. You want more, personally.
Certainly, because
it's his age, his draft position, and what he can high end upside is.
I like that because I like the bridge because
deal.
That's probably what they did with Strome on his last deal and stuff like that. Like
for sure. Dylan Strome to me is way different of a prospect coming up than Doc was. I've always valued Doc miles higher than Dylan Strome ever,
which is why this is interesting.
Yeah, but he's also 24.
I have offered Dylan Strome no contract. I am just going to qualify him.
Oh, like he did with Suter? And Wings are going to pick him up.
$3.6 million qualifying offer, and that's what he gets.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
I hate that. That's terrible. You gotta fucking get something out of that guy. He's worth lots of.
No. He's not okay. He's this is not the pre-Suter thing, Chase. By the way, he's qualifying.
Oh, you're not like
he's qualifying him.
Oh, okay.
He's not walking. He'll still be.
He's offering him his qualifying offer and waiting, basically, which I'm totally game for. Now, I've been thinking about this too because I've been ummed and awed about a Dylan Strome contract. How would you guys feel about like a long-term deal for like $4 million? I know it seems like a lot, but he's 24. $4 million is not egregious. You can definitely.
How long though?
Like
long.
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah,
I'm looking until he's 30.
Think about it for a while.
Maybe 4.5 if you have to for like 6 or 7 years, but
I don't think Dylan Strome would do that.
No, that's fair.
value is, because he could be so good, but he's also not been playing that great.
The reason why I asked that is because if Dylan Strome is worried he's not going to hit that high end because he was such a high pick, he's had the opportunities in two different places. Taking $4 million for 6 years, I would, based where he is in his career, I would almost take that. It's a risk, but it's guaranteed money, and I think you do that.
Yeah, well, and that's ultimately the goal.
If you're Chicago,
absolutely. And
but ultimately, I'm going to extend him or trade him, whichever it comes.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like the idea of Jordan just seeing if you can just get him for another year to just kind of show him that like it's not that I don't trust you. Exactly. Like I want you, but like I don't trust you enough to actually give you a real deal here. Like
that's why I think if you offer him that, be like, if you want a real deal, here's the money. And you get them thinking about it. Cause
maybe you give them those two choices. Hey, like I can qualify you, or I can give you this massive extension.
I think that's what I
really
would
not
do.
that much money.
Yeah, it's not that much, but it's a guaranteed contract for 6 years. That's a lot more years than a lot of NHL players can say. Athletes, yes.
Athletes in general, 6 years is a long contract.
And $4 million a year, you can live off that very comfortably.
Hey, you better make it 4.5, so then you can match his bros number.
Yeah, 4.5 is.
Come on, let's go. Let's give him what Ryan made.
4.5, I would be okay with. Like, give me 6-7 years.
He turns into Ryan Strome.
Because the reason why I say this is because that cap rate now is slightly high. But the cap goes up in a couple of years. It will go up. Money is coming into the NHL. As long as we have fans in every building, full capacity, starting next year going forward, the cap will start going up. That's why I don't think it's a big issue.
If I was Stromer, I'd do 4, or like 4.5 for 4 years or 5.
Yeah.
I'd go right around there.
See, I would want the 6 or the 1.
Yeah, I could definitely accept the argument of I'm not certain whether I will be this good in 6 years, so I should take that lane.
Yeah, it's just something to get them thinking, because some players really do think, I don't know if I can get
some
that.
People value the long term. Here is what you will
certainty.
Be paid. This is 6 years. Sorry, where you are guaranteed $4 million or whatever.
Yeah, it doesn't matter who you are.
It's not like, okay, in 2 or 3 years we'll give you a big paycheck, but you got to work for it, right?
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he gets injured and he can't.
Well, with the contract,
money.
Sorry, but yeah, with the contract structure of this team, if you could get them long term, that might be the best way to go.
That's
or
why
you just do what you're saying, you qualify them, and then you have all this money and room to deal with when you have Taves and Kane.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. There's tons. I just don't think you give him another bridge deal. I think that's the worst thing you do, because if you do, you might walk when he's 27, 28.
That's what you.
I think you qualify him 1 year. I say you either want a 1 year deal or a 6 year deal if I'm Chicago GM. And if you want 6 years, it's $4 million. I'm a nod to 4.5, then I'm fine.
Yeah, whatever.
But and if he says no, then you say, okay, sign your qualifying offer.
Yeah,
because that's all I'm offering you.
That's quite literally what I did.
And be like, you're going to be playing on this team next year. You either take the long term deal or take the 1 year deal. Bet on yourself or not. It's up to you. I'm not paying for what I haven't seen yet. So absolutely. Do you have anything else on the Chicago team? And
just the lineup.
Just the lineup. So
I'll run through the roster real quick.
Yeah, absolutely.
The top line is a bit of Patty Kane, Dylan Strome, and Meow Meow Cat.
Yeah, sounds
of Brandon the Bagel Hagel, Kirby Doc, and Nino Niederreiter.
Oh yeah, nice.
I like that. That's neat.
A third line of either Kurashev or Lucas Reichel, Jonathan Taves, and Julian Gauthier.
Yeah, probably Kurashev.
Yeah. And then a fourth line of Sam Lafferty, Mackenzie Entwistle, and then
Gauthier or extras or whatever.
Andrew Shaw, Reese Johnson, you name it.
Yeah, your depth guys.
I've got bodies.
What's your defense?
The defense, we've got the Jones brothers, Seth and Caleb.
Yeah,
still playing together.
Playing good.
And then we have Jake McCabe and Connor Murphy.
Yeah, sounds similar.
either Ian Mitchell or Eric Gudbranson with one of Nick Bodine or Jakob Galvis, ideally. And then Riley Stillman being like my 7th guy.
Cool. And goalies are Holtby and Lankinen.
Beast and Kevin Lankinen.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, like, you got prospects and picks back.
Buying out Tyler Johnson's not a terrible idea.
It's not a terrible idea. I honestly don't notice he's gone.
That surprised me when you brought it up, but thinking about it now, like, I'm not surprised if it happens now. Yeah. I would not be surprised if they bought him out this offseason. So that's pretty crazy.
That's insane. They'll obviously try to trade him if he can. Anything.
Like I said earlier,
I only bought him out because I genuinely couldn't think of A, who would take him, and B, how I could offload that amount of money without taking
I agree.
I don't want to.
I don't think you can. I think you either hold or buy out, like you said. Yeah. Or just offer, be like, hey, who wants him for free?
Yeah, I could be like,
garage sale. You host, What you do is you host a garage sale, and the only thing you're selling is a Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, the only way you can get really rid of them is you like package them with like Kubalik or something to a team that has lots of cap room or something,
like a Buffalo or an Arizona.
Send them to Nashville. Send them to Nashville. They have cap space. Cool. Well, that's all we got for this. I've got a quick question before we end it, because I wanted to ask before, but I didn't get a chance to, and it's super quick. What are your guys' thoughts on a Voracek trade?
No.
Why?
No. Why? Why would I? Is
only
what I would say about Kekalainen.
I think you can get something for how well he's played. And I look at the team I just looked at, Nashville, who could use some actual playmaking ability. That team.
Yeah.
And it's 2 years at 8. They have the money. That's where I'm at. Like, Nashville has so much money they can spend on it. You might not have to give up tons for him, but he doesn't fit.
Went to Forsberg too if they can't manage to re-sign him
or match them up for this year's playoffs.
That'd be even better. But like I'm just saying, like worst case scenario, if Forsberg leaves, then he wouldn't be a bad replacement.
Yeah, and the reason I bring this up is like I know it seems crazy and all that. Columbus is in no chance to win. If you can get really like a decent package for that, I don't think you say no. And I don't think you have to give up the moon to get him. No, if you have cap space, he's a good enough player for your first line. I also looked at Boston, but I don't see money-wise how that works, so unfortunately. But Nashville, I don't know. I like a deal like that way. It seemingly could fit for both. It's a long shot, obviously, and that's why.
Yeah, no, it's
a massive long shot.
It's a lovely idea for everybody else except for Kekalainen. Because like Columbus is sitting there like this has been just amazing. Voracek and Line has been like this is the only reason we're in games. And the only reason we're on this, what is it, like 9-3? 9-4 streak right now.
They're
last little bit. Is because of guys like that and those guys producing.
I agree.
And they're perfect guys to build around. And with Voracek only being 32, man, and his contract coming up when your team's probably gonna get like really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, let's think about the Blue Jackets after the next 2 years. Like, this is they're gonna be so good. Voracek will be a vet, and I think that's what they want.
Yeah, that'd be nice, right?
Like when they made that Atkinson for Voracek move, those are long-term guys. That was an Atkinson was going to be there for the rest of his career.
Yeah, so did I.
Like that.
Yeah,
so
me too.
I think I think that was the switch. That was the pivot that like Atkinson's not the right guy. We got to change this to Voracek, and he's going to be that guy. So I love it for everybody else, and I love it for Nashville.
Yeah,
I wonder they're getting to be the biggest question with them just harpingly, intensely trying to trade Forsberg to see what they can get. I'm so in the air with what is going on
absolutely. I want Nashville to be obviously like
the next 3
contending.
weeks. The next 3 weeks is going to be pretty mind blowing. That's for sure, because teams will start taking stands on where they're at, and we're at a pivot point in the NHL where we're not just these are the teams that are coming in. Like all of a sudden, are we talking about Winnipeg doing a quick retool, or are we talking about Nashville quitting and kind of just doing a retool because they know, like, we're good, but like we could probably be a lot better in a couple years if we take this stance, or like,
right.
Yeah,
it's lots of directions.
Islanders, Philly, like they're just not. Are they done? Are they done now? Both of them?
I think there's half the
maybe
teams
for a couple
in the
years?
NHL we could be looking at this. Like, are they about to retool? Like, look at the Caps. They're in a playoff spot, and we're honestly questioning them.
Yeah,
and like that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, it sounds like they want to go all out, and we're sitting here like there's no point of doing anything.
Why
like, you guys should just hang out, sell a couple of guys. You're probably not going to get much worse.
Which is obviously every team could benefit from. So
it's just it was something I brought up. Like I said, I know it's egregious for Voracek being traded, and I love him on Columbus, but just if I'm another team, I look at that and I'm like, if we don't have a playmaker, I need Voracek because he's might be the only one available, like somewhat available, where you could actually steal him away, and he's good now and proving it now.
I think that's an off-season move for sure, because then there'd be 2 years left, and Columbus might take half of that money, and then we're talking about like the same thing I was talking about with Miller. You can all of a sudden trade him for your dead weight sort of guy.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, it's
God cap.
Just a question.
It's Columbus. We've seen him make some big moves, so I guess
and you're about to see him make a lot of moves next podcast as well. That's a little tease for you. That's the team I'm picking.
There, boys.
I'm tickling a little bit of Columbus's balls, and we're getting some great stuff out of that. But anyways,
ask me about my Blue Jackets.
Yes, ask me how much I'm going to pay Patrick Laine or get for Patrick Laine. But anyways, that's been the Couch on Ice pod. No kidding. You didn't even know. I didn't even tell the boys. So. Except for Chase. Well, I guess you guys probably had a good idea. I was asking you Columbus questions all week, but anyways. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Alrighty, well, that's been the Couch on Ice podcast. Thanks for listening, everyone. Go follow us on our social medias, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, at the Couch on Ice, and we'll see you boys next podcast. Bye, guys.
I will see you on another time.
Peace.